Solo, and of course it's Flip Mob Squad.
Yeah,
Buster Rhymes, and of course it's DJ Chams on the 1 and 2s. Welcome to the Spice Drive. I'm your host, CEO Charles Otieno, and of course Solo in the building, the real Solo Mopao.
Yes sir, yes sir.
So what did you do
yesterday?
Yeah,
you know we set goals every year. Okay, resolutions. But yesterday I broke my 14-day sobriety. Thanks to Arsenal.
Ulienda kwa Mama Pima.
Mama Pima. It was hoo-ha.
And of course, in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, you have one of the most iconic political publishers, and of course a guy who says it as it is, Gabriel Oguda. Gabriel, say hi to our listeners out there.
How do you say when you get to the building? Hey, I was expecting that confetti. Confetti. Where is it so low? Good afternoon. Are they viewers or listeners?
Both listeners and viewers, because it's Spice Drive. Okay. It has on view on our social media, and of course it's on radio as well.
Correct. I'm happy to be here. Yes. CEO has not told you I hijacked me on my way out of another
podcast. Yes.
And I told him anything I can do for you.
Yes.
Because when the CEO asks you to do something,
you do it.
You do it, and then ask questions later. So I'm happy to be here.
Karibu sana, Karibu sana. And of course, we will talk about Museveni and Uganda.
That's what's happening right now.
That's what's happening. That's seventh term.
Seventh term.
President.
Four decades. 4 decades. 4 decades. 40 years.
And
since
then
1986?
Since 1986.
It's actually 40 years.
It's 40 years.
It's 40 years.
Yes.
In power.
In power.
Gabriel Oguda was not born.
No. I was. How old was I in 1986? No, I was already born.
You were born, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
But you
do not class sugar cane.
Usione wembamba wa reli. Gari moshi linapita. Let my body not deceive you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of us are made of harder stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, Uganda is still on go. The shutdown, the internet shutdown is still ongoing.
Yes.
There was some news yesterday that even KTN had actually been suspended.
No, they did. They sent us a letter yesterday suspending KTN because, you see, they fear the truth. And the fact that these channels, because they know the Ugandans will send us the videos and we will publish.
Yes.
So there's a problem. Yeah. Anything which comes from the Standard Group was
suspended and blocked
in Uganda. They told the CA from Uganda wrote to us saying that the DSTV has been asked to block our channels. Us only.
Wow.
In the DSTV.
40 years
Why?
later.
Because they suspect that we will publish, or naturally, when the news go out, we'll cover.
Yes.
And we'll cover big time.
Yes, the truth.
And Ugandans will see it on their DSTV.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, in their country, they would have blocked all their channels from showing Ugandan what's happening. So it's always, that's what they were fearing, but we're contesting it.
But is it back on now?
In Uganda, we are still contesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are still contesting. Yeah. So, but anyway, also, someone, Oguda, will tell us about his... people are saying that ODM is dancing on Raila's grave.
Hey, that's a heavy word to use, my brother.
I saw something.
You know where I come from?
Yes. You're
allowed to dance on any grave, if at all you have to.
Yeah.
But on the grave of somebody of the stature of Jacob, I don't think it's acceptable.
Yeah.
So, if some people are dancing,
yes,
they should stay away from.
They're saying that they've sold the party for 30 silver.
30 silver.
30. The broad-based guys are separate. The Babu's team is separate, and Sifuna. And so
you see, I don't know where you guys get this notion from.
Yeah.
You see, me. What I see is, you know, because I'm an anthropologist.
Yes, you are.
I don't know what career. You're a journalist, right?
I'm an economist. Actually, in the University of Nairobi, I'm an economist.
Oh, you? But you're an alumni. So no one should get by the University of Nairobi. Yes. So now, there's honor. I'm sure you came across at the University of Nairobi Solo. We used to have Ukingia first year. We used to have what we call common courses.
Yes.
common courses. Ile hata unafanya economics, ama unafanya anthropology, ama unafanya kuna zile ama unafanya engineering. We used to meet our first semester. Kulikuwa na introduction to communication.
Yes, that's a common. Yes, common courses.
So kuna another common course ilikuwa inaitwa introduction to philosophy.
Yes.
And the philosophy kulikuwa na psychology hapo. There was this thing called the 5 stages of grief. Kama umefiwa na mtu, if you've lost a loved one, it takes you time to get to terms.
That's true.
And so another philosopher called Kubler-Ross, I think she's from Europe or something. She analyzed grief cross-generationally for a long time, mpaka akakuwa an authority voice on that issue ya grief. How do people cope up with loss?
Yes.
And she came up with the 5 stages of grief. How to explain why people they behave after the death of their dearly departed. 5 stages of grief. There are people who bargain. You know, it's easy. There are people who are still not upset at the fact that Jacob is gone.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Unanishika? And so bado wako denial stage. Kuna people who wameanza ku accept but they're still bargaining with themselves. Amekufa mabado, you know, that kind of thing. Now, that's why I'm telling you, ODM is going through the 5 stages of grief right now. That's the way I see it. There are those who already wamefika stage ya mwisho ya ndio umeaccept. Wacha bana tuendelee bana, chama mpaka endelee. Kuna wengine wanasema bado Jacob must feature in every discussion that we are having on the table. Unashika? Then wengine wanamwambia no, but is now gone, but we now have a new party leader. Anasema hapana. So there's no fallout.
There's no fallout.
I'm me, the way I see it, this is my personal view,
which is
that people are still grappling with the loss and they don't know how to handle it.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
All right.
And so we should give each and every other person time
to grieve.
To grieve. When the time comes, after everyone have accepted the fact that Jacob is no longer here with us, then we can have this discussion.
Interesting. Interesting observation, because I saw somewhere someone wrote a very long, I've forgotten his name, that ODM members, some of them are dancing on the grave, and I was like, I knew when I got Oguda on the hallway
he's going to come and clear that.
And I know as an anthropologist and a guy who is well acquitted to these things, he'll tell us. But now it's good you've clarified.
No, because you know, anthropologists study cultures.
Yes.
And as a Luo, because me, I'm a Luo, I don't know about you, and there's nothing, but there's no problem with you being who you are.
No, it's true.
And I'm saying, sisi where we come from, watu wanga wanachuuliza, kwani Wajaluo nyinyi, mkienda kuzika, mko na disco matanga. So sisi, we celebrate life.
Yeah, we do.
So, if you see a Luo celebrating the life and legacy of Raila Amolo Odinga, he's not celebrating that Jacob is gone. Because us Luos, we remember the good things you left us with. We celebrate the memory you left us with. Like, we rather focus on the positive, the good things you left us, so that at least we can maintain your memory in our lives forever. That's why even we have memorials, first year anniversary, and we'll keep doing that for Jacob. By the way, you saw even the delegation that went
traditionally, even the Luos used to have something called rapar.
Yes, makumbusho, kumbukumbu. Yes, since we do it, it's very elaborate. I don't know about you, but
a lot of us in central Kenya, as soon as we take you down 6 feet under, we actually want to rush back to our businesses.
I am not judging. You are unique in your own identity. And in anthropology, there's something called, when you study cultures, one attribute of culture is their uniqueness. So we call it cultural relativism. Cultures are relative. So what is good for you
is not good.
We might not be good in my culture, but it doesn't mean your culture is inferior to mine. Unanishika? Na unanga watu nasema ati Wajaluo sisi hatuwezi wapigia kura kwa sababu hamjaenda kutairi kwa river. Unaona? Because this is a discussion we must have as a country. And so we tell them in our checklist of leadership, when we elect our leaders in Luo land, circumcision is not on the checklist. It might be in yours, but it doesn't mean your culture is inferior to mine.
Yes, that's true.
You are unique in your own cultural identity, and that Kenya is a tapestry. We are unique. Our diversity should be our rallying call. We should celebrate our diversity by appreciating the cultural relativity for each and every culture. So we are unique in our own ways, and so those who are celebrating their life and legacy legacy of Jacom, I am sure they are doing it to preserve the memory, and they're not doing it to spite him or to do any. They don't have bad intentions. I believe so. Yeah, because where I come from, like with the CEO amekwambia, sisi ni legacy tuna preserve by celebrating the legacy.
Yeah. It reminds me of someone from Western Kenya who came to a burial in central Kenya, and she could not understand or comprehend why people were not mourning and wailing during the burial. Because I think in other cultures, they actually do that a lot. First, so she had culture shock. She was like, at what point are we going to scream? And when you go to a burial in central Kenya, they serve you food quickly, soda, water, bury, go home before the rain drops.
you saw Dr. Oburu. In the Luo culture, there's something called gueyo.
Yes.
Gueyo is when you get to the homestead where the matanga happen. Yani there's some spirit that
Juogi
occupies you. Juogi.
Yes.
So there's a guy saying Joey. Joey.
Yeah.
Now that's a spirit, bro.
Okay.
When you see Costa Ojuang, akisema udanga mangura ngamapuro kodisa Joey jamuomo. But then when you watch Costa Ojuang, akiimba hiyo kitu on stage, you if you see him, there's something that captures him,
and he's a very good performer.
So Juogi, bro,
wewe
kuja bwana, tukupeleka concert ya Costa, tukufike utabambika bwana. I'm telling you.
So you've brought in a bit culture. Let's talk a bit politics, culture, and the space of Kenya.
That's going to be beautiful.
Because it's interesting to see, because you see, you're saying ODM is in the stage of mourning.
Grief,
What the public see. In Kibera already, people are saying this might bring division, because, of course, you see, ODM is a very big party, needs someone who is hands-on to put it together. But our cultures are very different. You see, Joho also had his own people meeting yesterday. And he's saying that Coast must be on the table negotiating as a member, as a partner. And the cultural why did Coast identify with ODM? Because ODM represented a certain number of ideals which people stand for. I do not know whether that is still in space or place, or they have moved, or culturally they are moving to the money. You know, all these other parties are formed because of party money and fallout. ODM was formed because of an ideal.
Yes, I agree with you. So this is what I tell people. Every person of us here, even though you might not have met Jacom Raila Amolo Odinga in life, there are things you associated him with.
That's true.
That made you endear yourself to both him and the ODM party, because he was our party leader for 20 years. Remember those things that drove you to support him, to endear yourself to him, every time a discussion about the ODM party comes to the table.
True.
Because it means that we had a sense of identity that we might never lose. Unanishika? Every time we discuss things to do with how are we moving forward post the death of Jacom, we should always remember this thing called WWJD. What will Jesus do? The Christians have something about that. So every time remember, whenever there's a conflict with regards to the future of the ODM party, we should ask ourselves, in Raila Odinga's shoes, what would he have done? Right? That way, if you ask me, is the best way to shepherd this process. Because like I told you, people are still mourning. And we cannot dictate to you how you grieve. The people who wail, vile umesema,
that's true.
And they watch our wail, and it's proper and in good spirit, because that's the only way they can come to closure. There are people who are wail inside, you don't see the tears, but they're suffering inside. And it's perfectly in order. But I'm just saying, even in all our wailing, even in all our acceptance, even in all our bargaining, even in all our denial, we should never forget the fact that it is Raila Odinga who brought us this far. So for us to preserve the life and legacy, let us agree that if this, because people keep saying ati mimi Jacom, everyone claims Jacom aliwaongelesha. Sasa mimi Jacom he not only aliniongelesha, alinioka kwa committee. Ile committee ya oversee implementation ya 10-point agenda.
You are there? Yes.
See, I am a member.
Yes.
He left me there.
Yes.
We are only 5. Dr. Agnes Zani is our chair. the MOU that he signed with the president.
Yes.
I am a member of the committee, and Dr. Agnes Zani is our chair.
Yeah.
So all of us agree
Yeah.
that before Jacom left us, he left us with a 10-point agenda.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And what are these 10-point agenda? They are issues. They're not political. They're issues that affect the common Kenyan. So let's agree, as we debate on the future of the ODM party, let us agree that you might not like whatever I am saying or whatever the other party is saying, but all of us who don't like each other, who like each other, agree that for us to honor the life and legacy of Jacom, we have to ensure, because had he been alive, and ensure the 10-point agenda is implemented. And 10-point agenda, the MOU that he signed on the footsteps of KICC in March last year. Unakumbuka tukienda kudance pale kwa swimming pool.
Yes.
Bako nasema unakuwa hiyo si ya kuswim. The way ni wajamaa aliingia ndani ya maji. Anaswim bana. Because ona, like I tell you, when you see Jacom, you so juogi bana. There's a way when you saw Jacom, juogi will capture you.
Yes.
The people who they could not imagine Jacom is real.
Yeah.
So, mimi ni wa committee 10-point agenda. We are asking Kenyans kuja tuongee.
Yeah.
Tell us
What?
how will you want us to shepherd this process post Jacom in a way in which we honor his life and legacy. Unanishika?
Yeah.
We will listen to you. We've started stakeholder stakeholder forums. Hata leo we were with the CS for Treasury, Honorable John Mbadi, because it is the Excellency the President and Right Honorable Prime Minister who signed the MOU, and His Excellency the President undertook to implement the MOU. And so we're also meeting government to ask them, talk to us. How are you seeing it? Are there any challenges? Is there any help you need from us? Even us as a committee, we need to understand the environment you are working with. Because sometimes, say for example, the case that went to court about compensation of victims of protests. Unakumbuka?
Yes, the one which was
the Maka Umutua task force.
Yes.
So you see, compensation of victims is agenda number 6
In the
10-point agenda. Yes. Jacom was very categorical that because we wanted to compensate victims, the original intention was to compensate victims ya Gen Z protests na ile ya Sufuria movement ile yetu ya 2023 if you remember. But Jacom said watu wangu ndio wamekuwa wakiumia kwa streets. But I was reading the Kenya National Commission of Human Rights report bana ya sexual violence the 2017 elections. 2017. Here when Matiang'i was the CS for interior and Kalenda Kibisho was the PS and Uhuru Kenyatta was the president. Bro. The Kenya National Commission of Human Rights documented 210 cases
of rape.
Of sexual rape alone mostly in counties that are in Western and Nyanza. Polisi walikuwa naenda kuquell riots, wanavunja manyumba za watu. Bana there's a case bana niko nayo ni kwa hiyo report. I was reading it last night. Bana somebody hakuna bibi yake bana wanakula sapa bana. Na watoto.
Oh my goodness.
Bana watu wameingia kwa nyumba bana. Wameambia huyo jamaa weka kando. We are only interested in your wife. In purposes of the kids, my brother. So, Jacom was very categorical that listen you guys. Historical injustices zimekuwa zikifanyika for a long time. Whenever we are post-election disputes, people take advantage of a political environment to inflict harm. Inhuman harm. That's mostly our supporters, Jacom supporters. So we have said when we are compensating victims tuanze na zile za kitambo bana.
2017.
Yeah, Jacom alisema. Alisema kama kuna compensation fund ya victims tuanze na 2017.
Great.
And I can tell you know who was the president in 2017. You know.
I know.
You know who was the cabinet secretary for interior in 2017.
Yes.
You know. You know who was the PS for interior 2017. You know.
Yes.
And so when people politicize the 10-point agenda, I am asking myself, will you politicize somebody who suffered because he was supporting Jacom, just because you apparently belong to a zone that is pro Raila Odinga? Will you go to court to stop a process that is going to come up with reparations to at least you might not, for those who died you might not bring back life, but at least bana tuwaone huruma kidogo maze. People suffering out here, my brother. And it was not for their own liking. They were exercising their political rights.
That's true.
Right? So
Freedoms.
I'm telling you. Jacom was very categorical. And that's why some of us, when we speak passionately about these things, it is because we know Raila Odinga.
Yes.
He will never have kept quiet in the face of an injustice.
Wow.
We are doing injustice to the victims of post-election violence. We are doing injustice to the victim of protest. Mpaka wale wawe majenzi. We are doing injustice when we stall the process of compensating them. Might not bring back their life or might not bring back lost limbs, but bro bana, we need
This
to bring
thing,
some people lost even livelihoods bana.
Yes.
Our need kazi siku hizi.
So if this point and you're in that committee,
I'm in that
10-point
committee,
agenda. So if that's number 6, what is the other apart from compensation, what are the key other areas?
Wacha niwasomee.
Yes.
Unajua mimi natembeanga na hii ni kama ni nini ni Bible.
Ni Bible yako.
Hii ni Bible ya Jacob yalituachia.
That's true.
The 10-point agenda
Yeah.
are actually 10 points.
Yeah.
So ukisikia mtu anasema 10 points, they're not politics. They're actually 10 points.
10
Point number 1. He says it is the president and Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Point number 1 said, we undertake to the full implementation of the NADCO report. Unakumbuka NADCO? Ile process ilianza Bomas.
Well, yes, I remember NADCO.
Number 2, inclusivity in all spheres of life.
Great.
Wacha nikusomee inclusivity. Kenya belong to all persons, regardless of their ethnicity, religion, generation, or geographic location.
So hakuna shareholding.
Hakuna shareholding.
So,
Are you telling Rigiji na shares?
listen.
Yeah.
And that's why when you hear some ODM guys saying we can negotiate with Kalonzo or Israel is the president, but we cannot negotiate with Rigiji, this is where this thing is coming from.
Okay.
Because Jacob said,
Regardless
I'm a national leader.
Yes.
The entire country, I'm a statesman. Everyone belongs to this country.
That's true.
Let me give you the example. When he says William Ruto, he gave Jacob slots. Alimwambia nimepatia slots 14 ya principal secretary. You remember?
Yes.
After Wakina Opiyo Wandayi had gone to cabinet.
Yes.
Then we were given 14 slots. 14 slots, only 4 were given to Luos. Only 4 of the 14.
The rest were distributed.
Bro, we have a community in Wajir County.
Yes.
You know Wajir County are predominantly Somalis.
Okay.
Now in Somalis kuna clans. Kuna Ogaden who are mostly in Garissa.
Degodia.
Kuna Degodia in Wajir.
Yes.
Now Degodia are the majority. Bro, there's a clan called, a sub-clan ya Somali called Ajuran.
Najurana, you know.
Iko kuju.
Yeah.
For the first time, Jacob aliwapatia PS. Bro, the day a member of the Ajuran community alipewa PS for the first time in their life, hawajaiona hivi. Bana, they organize a march in Wajir town with banners thanking Raila Odinga. Kumbe wewe ndio baba wa minority groups. Angekuwa ni mtu mwingine angepatia majority groups. Unanishika?
Yes.
So inclusivity in all spheres of life.
Yes.
Like Kenya belongs to all of us. Whether you are Kikuyu bro or Somali, bana boss, Jacob was a nationalist. 3, protecting and strengthening devolution. Before Jacob's death, he was very categorical that listen, devolution functions must be ring-fenced with regards to monetary allocation. So that is the Q&A, they are the behest of the executive. Ati wanapewa pesa. Wanasikia saa zingine governors wana complain ati yo hii pesa hii month haijatolewa. Unakumbuka?
Yes.
Yeah. Jacob, every time there's a complaint like that, he used to address the media. Number 4, promoting and protecting the livelihoods of young people. Gen Z. Because don't forget, this MOU was born out of the Gen Z movement protest.
Yeah.
And he said, young people, I know you told me nikae nyumbani. Unakumbuka wakisema ati Jacob, wewe sasa fight for the country, weka home.
Yeah, you chill.
Yeah, you chill kidogo but umekonea huruma, bawa tumekutesa sana. Alisema, because Gen Z walinipatia break nikae bana, ati wao wamenitesa. Intimisi walikuwa wananionea huruma. Hata mimi na waonea huruma.
Kweli.
Wacha mimi niweke nini zao kwa hiyo.
Yes.
Point number 4, promoting and protecting the livelihoods of young people. And he told the president, young people, there needs to be urgent and massive investment to be made in high potential sectors of the economy, including mining, blue economy, agriculture and ICT, to create sufficient employment opportunities that provide ways for young people to earn a decent living. Nationwide economic stimulus programs must also be initiated. We were told by government, wameshaanza ku-initiate national stimulus programs for young people.
Nyota.
I don't know how far is it. I don't know. We are going to ask young people whether they feel.
Nyota.
Yes. And so on and so forth. So Jacob was very categorical. The young people told me nikae nyumbani kwa sababu nimeteseka sana. I've carried the weight of the country on my back for too long.
And they decided
baka back yake imeanza kuwa weak bana. Sasa amesema young people, hata mimi I'll pay you back.
Yeah.
Number 5, leadership and integrity. Kenyans are concerned by the expression of opulence accompanied by rude and arrogant conduct by public officers.
Which is true.
Hata wewe bwana.
Very, very true.
Unanishika?
Yes, government.
Jacob was very categorical.
Yes.
Bwana, wewe ukiwa na pesa mingi bro,
Tulia.
Relax tu.
You're not above the law.
Hata sisi tunateseka tu. Wakenya wote wanafaa wa feel bro. Hata sisi tusaidie bro. Hata sisi tunataka tu feel vile una feel. Unanishika? So it was public service about service.
Yes.
To the public.
To everybody, yes.
See show of other things. Aya, number 6. I'm just brushing through.
That's true.
Number 6, ile nilikwambia, the right to peaceful assembly and protests under Article 37 and compensation of all pending claims of abuse and derogation of this right.
Yes.
Sasa hii ndio ile ya compensation ya victims.
Yeah.
Jacob alisema, mimi ndio father wa maandamano.
Yes.
You see, Jacob has been known ati huyu hata amekuwa accused. Ati wewe ati lot of violence, unasposa maandamano inavunja businesses. Jacob said the constitution gives you the right solo
to do that peaceful protest.
And when the streets peaceful. Jacob said we must ensure no Kenyan is denied the right to go and express themselves out there wakiwa na grievance. Unanishika?
That's true.
Iko hapo. Haya, number 7, the national debt. Sasa hiyo umeona wakina mtata wameenda koti, wameenda kuambia koti we need an audit of the national debt. Bro, it is here.
Yes.
An urgent audit must be conducted of how much has been borrowed in the past and how it has been used. It is here. Going forward, we must stop the ballooning of the national debt and ensure accountability for future borrowing. Lastly, we must ensure that money borrowed is used in a manner that grants an equitable benefit to all Kenyans in every region of the country, since payments are made by all from taxes regardless of location. So let me tell you, Solo. Every time government borrows money, unanishika?
Yes.
Watu wengine wana decide hii pesa tumeboro tunaenda kujenga nini wapi? Unanishika? So you find ukifanya audit, most of the projects yenye tumeboro iko wapi? In some sections of the country. Some sections wanasafa. Unanishika?
Wengine hata waoni.
So, but when it comes to repaying the debt, kila mtu mpaka wewe Soloba na hata wewe hujaona ati yet nalipa kwa nini nilisaidia. So Jacob alisema, but then we met the cabinet secretary for treasury today and we asked him about the national debt audit. Alisema, ametuambia, now I can tell Kenyans, alisema the national when the matter came to his desk, he invited the Auditor General. Because that's the body corporate they mandated to do that. To deal with it. Auditor General, mimi nimekupatia free will. I am not going to interfere with your work. Wewe enda audit debt. If you need any support, any books of accounts you want, I will avail it to you as the CS for Treasury. I want this thing to be a transparent process. Ndio nikipatia hii committee report. Yes, sasa sisi. Because we oversight in the implementation. We want to know zile debts zilikuwa borrowed za Eurobond.
Ile ilipotea yote.
Yes. Ile kufanya nini?
Ile ilipotea yote.
That is why CEO. Kuna watu wataki to discuss 10-point agenda.
That's true.
I remember the Eurobond which never landed in Kenya.
Yes.
Ilikulwa.
Kuna watu wataki to discuss what is national debt. I'm telling Okeo Mtata that listen, kuja kwa committee yetu. The CS of Treasury has undertaken to our committee to give us the report. We are telling them sisi ndio tuko na haja na hiyo report hata kukuliko. Na CS amesema, ameambia Auditor General, fanya kazi yako. I'll give you necessary support. We want to tell Kenyans at the committee when we do our report. Then the Eurobond loan. Ile nini? This is what
which disappeared.
I don't know. Let us hear from government penye lienda. Haya, number 8. The fight against corruption. Kenya needs to move from talk to action.
Because that's a major one.
Jacob amesema? Tumeongea mingi. Mpaka kila government building, and this is a national, and this is a no corruption zone. Yani hata ujaingia kwa gate.
But the corruption is there.
So I'm asking, hii warning ni ya nani? Who are you warning? See, you just move from talk to action.
That's true.
Ukipata mtu ako corrupt, why are you warning? Mimi umshike umpeleke nini?
Take him to court.
So, Jacob amesema, we have spoken fight against corruption for far too long. Now Kenya needs to move from talk to action. We must move from the fight against corruption to winning the war against corruption.
That's true.
Kenyans want action,
not talk.
Hatutaki talk. So wewe ukiniambia this is a corruption free zone,
what is it?
Toa hiyo bana. Wewe niambie leo nimeshika nani akini bribe
na ameweka ndani.
Ameweka ndani unashika?
So that we eliminate it.
Kabisa. Number 9, stopping wastage of public resources and promoting government efficiency.
Huge.
Even you.
That's huge.
That's huge. Wouldn't you want?
That's huge.
Number 10, the last one. Protecting and promoting sovereignty of the people, the rule of law and constitutionalism. Sasa hapa iko mpaka freedom of the media. By the way, Jacob was a nini? was a fan of the media.
Yeah, he never sued the media. That's why I liked him.
Jacom is the only leader.
Yeah, who never
Hata
sued.
hizo screaming headlines zenu za Standard nyinyi.
Hawezi.
Unasemanga headline mpaka mtu anaweka kwa protest, ba leo amelimwa. Jacom anasema the media wachini waendelee na kazi yao.
Let them do their work.
I'm telling you. Na mimi I am an avowed believer.
Yes.
That the freedom of the media is the cornerstone to our democracy.
That's very true.
Without it, CEO.
You should not blanket it at all.
Yeah.
So Mimi, trust me, you have my support.
So, and I like the way you've enumerated the 10-point agenda.
10-point agenda. And I
Because
think
people
even
speak
Kenyans
about
actually-
it, and Kenyans have gotten it.
Yes.
So when people are asking, as our listeners, when they ask what is a 10-point agenda, you've actually said what is 10-point agenda.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they are fundamental for the next generation.
Truly, he was a statesman.
Yeah. And that's what a statement does, because it puts in the process of delivering things post his life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because most of them can be achieved when he's not even there.
Yeah.
If we put our minds together.
Yeah. That's very true.
So if we truly mean well for Raila Odinga, the way I see a lot of people out here, wanasema ati baba alikuwa ni baba wetu.
Alikuwa amesema hivi.
But when he was alive, he huko wanasema sasa.
Yes. Say no.
Put your mouth put your money where the mouth is.
Yes.
Ensure
Action, not
support
talk.
the committee to ensure there's implementation of the 10-point agenda.
Great.
That's the only way you can safeguard the life and legacy
of Raila
Baba.
Odinga. Yeah.
I'm honest with you.
And do you think the president, after the passing of Raila Odinga, still has that at heart?
So you see, the MOU was signed between the two principals.
Yes.
Then Raila Odinga, now Dr. Oburu Oginga.
Yes.
I can assure you, we've had engagements with the... So you see, the executive arm are the ones implementing the MOU.
Yeah.
Because they're the government.
Yes.
So, the engagements we've had with the executive branch, we just met the head of public service, Josie.
Yes.
He told us with his own mouth that you guys, I know it has taken long for you guys to meet me.
Yeah.
Never ever be in doubt that my heart is in the right place.
The implementation
He gave us the assurance
is still ongoing.
that we are going to cooperate with you. We don't mind whether your report will be, whatever your report will be, because we finally have to release the report to the public. But the head of public service, Alesema, my office will give you all the necessary support to ensure that I have done my part. And I think that also cascades to every other organ in government, because his office is the engine room of implementation of government services.
Services, yes, and action plan. Yeah. So I think you've really captured it very well, Gabriel. And I want us to go quickly for news. When we come back, we proceed with our discussions. It's very eye-opening to know what has been happening in that committee, the NADCO report. And many people who have been saying, yo NADCO. Yo NADCO ni nini?
Sasa nimefika. They should worry no more. Mimi niko hapa uniulize maswali zote. Encourage them to call in. I will answer. Me, I'm free. They can ask anything.
You can ask Gabriel Oguda any question on the NADCO report if you have, ladies and gentlemen who are listening to us. Of course, we will be gladly answer you back to what you want to hear. Of course, it's 57 minutes past 3. Of course, that time we go for news. When we come back with more interesting conversations, is a Spice Drive. I'm your host, CEO Charles Otieno, the Real Solo, DJ Chams, and of course, Gabriel Oguda in the studio. Surely gonna be a thug. Tupac, the sound of Tupac Shakur there. DJ Cham on the 1 and 2s. And of course, we tell you, it's that time we pump up the volume and also tell you what's happening on our roads, because I know you're driving home at this time of the day. Remember, in the studio, I'm with Gabriel Oguda and of course, Real Solo, the man Mopao himself, end up during the day.
Yes.
So I hope, Solo, you're not going to Al Capone tonight.
Uji. Yeah.
But yesterday you broke your promise.
Yeah, 14 days.
14 days?
Of sobriety.
What happened?
Arsenal.
You know Gabriel Oguda is a Man United fan.
Correct. So you guys are both suffering.
We are not suffering. Who told you? No. I ask you like Sifuna, who told you?
Who told you?
Who told you? We are not suffering, but we will not win against Man City.
Okay.
Just for your information.
That one, you're clear about that.
Yeah, so that you don't win.
I appreciate that. This you're killing off the stress.
Kila mtu ashinde game zake.
Kila mtu ashinde zake. And of course, we are in the studio with Gabriel Oguda, and we are discussing the 10-point agenda. We've discussed it. And Solo, you wanted to ask Oguda something.
Because everybody is listening to the 10-point agenda, definitely very, very inclusive. worthy of someone's earning that title of a statesman. But now, the biggest question, I think, and you've already explained about what ODM and its members are going through, are still grieving the death of its founder and Raila Amolo Odinga. But who do we see fitting in his shoe? I mean, I think that is the biggest problem, because even as people are coming to terms about his death, and so many people still in disbelief, other people in denial, other people lost, don't even know where to start or where to head. Other people, their political career almost dead now. It's drying up. Who do you think, is it possible to ever feel fit in his shoe?
Yeah, so Solo, because questions like this emerge every time.
Yes.
The founder member, the founder of organizations die.
Yeah, or the father.
I was told, I right now I'm doing some strategic management classes, and I have come about with a concept of calling the founder's syndrome. The founder's syndrome. I was just telling the other podcast I was from. When Bob Kolimo died.
Yes.
Bob Kolimo.
Yes.
At Safaricom.
Everybody.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
People are asking, will Safaricom ever survive? You remember that discussion?
That's true.
When we were there?
Yes.
Because me, I was alive when Bob Kolimo died.
Yes.
And let me tell you, Bob Kolimo fashioned Safaricom in his own image. Yani, he was like the vision bearer.
That's true.
Mpaka kila template. Yani, alijua mpaka nani anaemployiwa wapi. And because he wanted a team that could help shepherd the dream that he had for Safaricom. And look where he left Safaricom at the time he was dying, right?
Yes.
So
at the peak.
Every organization suffers from the founder syndrome when the founder leaves the scene. And so ODM is not anyway special. And so the same way, there are people in Safaricom who left Safaricom because Bob Kolimo was no longer there. Walisema hata mimi bana, wacha pimi niende nitafute kazi mahali pengine. Because every person comes with their own work ethic, the way in which they fashion, they want to model the organization according to their vision. Because kila leader wako na vision yake. So to answer your question, let us cut ODM some slack. Because bana, I've not seen anywhere in this country right now anybody who can fit in Raila Odinga's shoes. I'm honest with you. Because his shoes were his shoes. Uliona Aisha Speed alikuja hapa juzi bana, akachukua ile shoes ya yule nani, yule Goliath. Gen Z Goliath. Unaona hiyo? Bana, he went to some basketball court nini Mkuru kwa Njenga, akapata Gen Z Goliath. Akamwambia, bana." Akachukua kiatu yake akashika bana, that shoe is huge.
It's big.
Now, imagine us asking Aisha Speed, can you fit in Gen Z Goliath's shoes?
Never ever.
No, but Aisha Speed is unique in his own right.
That's true.
He also has his own fans, the way he does his things. So kila leader mwenye atashepherd ODM post Raila Odinga's laws will come with their own identity. It doesn't mean they are lesser of leaders, but that uniqueness is what we are looking for right now. Because the guy who fashioned ODM in his own image is no longer there. But ODM is still there. So do we kill it? Of course not. Somebody has to step up, right? So I'm telling Kenyans, this is a normal process. Every organization goes through. And so, what we don't know is how long it will take, because change management takes time. Some organizations take a shorter time to change. Some take longer. But the change will happen.
Anyway.
In any way. So all ODM members need to know that change must happen.
And it has,
and in saying that, his daughter, Winnie, actually said that, actually termed the whole agenda, the broad-based agenda was an agreement between him and the president. And he said now that in his absence, she said that this one, it's a bit complicated. You have really explained to us, you're already in the committee, so you're in the know. Just try and explain to Kenyans about the implementation of how this one can be effected now in his absence, now that you already have already even seen the signing that of the agreement.
So the way I see, because I was in Mombasa when Winnie made those statements, and let me tell you guys, I don't know whether Winnie has come to the studio.
Not yet.
Let me tell you guys, you should invite Winnie back.
Okay.
Yani, you know the way people sometimes see you behind the scenes because your father is the one kwa front cameras.
Yeah.
Bro, you guys should sit down with Winnie Odinga. Akona ideas. I'm telling you. Like, you know, Solo, the way I've met you today, and the kind of chat we're having there, like, you mean, yani, you know me, I love it when you meet somebody and you are blown. Your mind is blown.
That's true.
All of us, even you, CEO, you are unique in your own way. So, the statements Winnie made to the effect that we need to go for an NDC. You've seen even the uncle, who is now our party leader, has echoed the sentiment. Right?
Yes.
So, Mona, out of the 3 days ago in Kilifi, the Central Management Committee said they want to start grassroots engagements with our members, and then that will culminate in the NDC.
Yeah.
You know, we will all go there. The party will go there anyway because it is in our constitution. But I don't think it should be construed to mean when somebody says something you don't agree with, that now, you know, we is fighting. You know, I am... You see, whenever a situation is presented to you, this is how I handle issues. When CEO comes to me with an issue, and you Solo, you come to me with an issue, or you say it in public there about me, let's focus on the issue. What did she say?
Yeah. What is it?
Not who has said it.
Who has said it.
You see, if you are focusing on who has said it, then ODM has more than 20 million members.
A lot.
And so, if you are to listen to each and every individual ODM member, then bro, we'll have a market.
Yeah.
So my point is, what did Winnie say? What was the thrust of her statement? Unanishika?
Yes.
And so let's interrogate the issue, right? So, but the problem with us is, Winnie akisema kitu that you see contradictory to what the party leader said. Sasa nyinyi mnaanza kuwagonganisha vichwa.
Which is
bro,
not
these
right.
guys are family members bana.
Yeah.
They can retreat in
Bana,
their house.
Wacha nikwambie today.
Yeah.
If you're a friend of Winnie and you're a friend of Oburu.
Yes.
A time comes when Winnie and Oburu have to choose between, who should I be friend with?
Atarudi home.
I'm honest with you.
Home.
Hata wewe.
Home.
Mtu akikuja kukunganisha vichwa na nini, your relative.
Yes.
Bana bro, you choose a relative.
Utarudi home.
We are the strangers. So, I don't like issues that Winnie has raised to be politicized. Me, in my view, when an issue is presented, let's discuss it, bana. Does it have merit?
Yes.
Does it have merit? If it has, then let's ventilate.
So and you've captured it very well, and I see the people have gone to meet the caravan already is going to meet the people to decide which party direction, especially on the Raila Odinga, post Raila Odinga, the agreement with the William Ruto, and especially formation of 2027 coalition, which is a good thing. But do you think some people who feel that they do not want to work with Ruto, Gabriel, will they be comfortable going for those rallies?
So this is my honest opinion. Where I am right now, there's a place Jacom left us at. If we focused on implementing the 10 points, bro, I am telling you, even the guys who are singing 2-term, even the guys who are singing 1-term, will agree that we might not agree on the issue of William Ruto's re-election, but we agree that Jacom had a vision for this country.
That's true.
Unanishika?
Yes.
At least we agree.
That's when we agree. 100%.
And so, it doesn't matter whether you go for an ODM rally because you don't agree with the speakers, or you remain at home. For as long as the issues that Jacom left us with are being addressed, if you ask me, bro, you are my ally, bana. You are my friend. Mimi, whether you are singing 2-term or 1-term, Mimi, so long as we agree that tuliacho na 10 points, let us implement them because these are issues that affect the common Kenyan.
Yes.
Mimi, I don't care what slogan you are nini. You can shout the slogan you want to shout.
Yeah, doesn't
1-term, 2-term.
Mimi, no term, half terms, quarter term. People are even coming up with things that kuna wengine at Rigathi Gachagua was 1-term Mandera MP. At 1-term, sasa yeye anasema ni yeye. See, that's what somebody told me yesterday. At Badhe Rikijia Jui, ati akisema ni 1-term. Yeye alikuwa 1-term MP. So I'm like, wait a minute, I never thought about it like that. Unanishika? So mimi nasema, whether you go for rallies because the people are there, your people, or you don't go because the people are there are not your people. For as long as you claim you love Raila Odinga so much, because all of these guys, whether you are 2-term or 1-term in ODM, you claim you love Raila Odinga so much. Bro, Raila Odinga left with the 10 points.
So deal with the 10 points.
Let's deal with the issues.
Yes.
let's not deal with personalities. You know, my man, you might not like the shape of my nose.
Yes.
And so when I say something, unasema you dismiss me pronto.
Yes.
Ati bana unajua hiyo Oguda bana, you know, hiyo anakuanga na kichwa iko oblong.
Yes.
Hiyo kichwa yake bana hata, you know, ali TV hata inakaa vibaya kwa kichwa yake. So that when I say something, but I am saying, let's focus on the issue. On the issue of Raila Odinga.
Yeah.
Where did he leave us?
Yeah.
All of us agree, whether he called you or he did not call you. I written at 10 points.
Yeah.
If we implement the 10 points CEO, mimi hata utaki your blonde head yangu.
Yeah.
Na wewe nataka whatever of yours.
Yeah.
You are my ally, bro.
So
I'm
that
telling you. So maybe let's focus on the issues, not the personalities. That's why I told you, if Winnie Odinga raises an issue, let's discuss the issue.
Yes.
Let's not say, that's Raila Odinga's daughter. Kwani nani alisema Raila Odinga's daughter hafai aongee?
Kweli.
Unanishika?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that sasa mimi because you don't know my father, so mimi nikiongea point yangu is not important. Even you CEO, but I might not know your father.
Yes.
But if you are raising a pertinent issue, let's
It
listen
must
to
be
it.
listened to it.
Yeah,
People must
we are all
listen.
Kenyans.
Yeah.
The 10-point agenda affects all Kenyans solo. Whether you're a child of a nobody or a child of a total relative in government, it doesn't matter. If Raila Odinga left as a 10-point agenda, let's shepherd the implementation. And then uko mbele tukiachana, at least we all agree to may preserve legacy ya Jacom. Everyone has gone on happy.
And everyone can go his own way if he wants.
Happy.
Yeah.
Knowing where Jacom is resting. He's happy with me as a Kenyan who safeguarded the process of implementing his 10 points. Because alecha kama ijakuwa implemented. Yeah. So Mimi, I don't want to politicize this thing. And it doesn't matter who is saying what. ODM have their own internal mechanism solo to deal with their own issues. Mimi, I'd rather focus on the issues that Jacom left us with. And also, it's ODM. Jacom signed it on behalf of the ODM party. Unanishika? So, the ODM party leader has already expressed to us, our new party leader, amesema pia, anataka to carry forward where Jacom left us. We have his goodwill, and we have his mandate. And by the way, he's very happy. You know, some of our committee members were his colleagues. Kama Fatuma Ibrahim, we are a 5-member committee. Yes. Oburu, you don't forget, before he became senator, he was a member of East Africa Legislative Assembly in Arusha. Yes. This Kenyan contingent that goes as representatives in the ER. One of our committee members is called Honorable Fatuma Ibrahim. She's a former Wajir woman rep. Ile first cohort ya Okinawanga, ile 2017.
Yes.
She was with Oburu in Yala. Anatuambianga bwana, nyinyi amuelewi huyu party leader wetu. Mimi nimekaa naye nimefanya kazi naye for 5 years tukiwa Yala, just the two of us. Wacha nikwambia, even me, you know me kama Gabriel Oguda, I'm not a party official. I'm not really inside ODM so much. I'm just a party member. But the Jacom, it has made me start consulting a lot of people. Who was Jacom? Because I can't claim to have known him much more than the people who are hanging around with him all the time. Let me tell you, if you one day you'll invite Watuma Ibrahim hapa, atakwambia the way Oburu Odinga works. Unajua Oburu Odinga is like your quintessential elder. You know, an elder, if you bring to him an issue, he's not quick to
react.
Yeah, he's not quick to react.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Si kama sisi tuko na damu moto. Tunakimbia haraka, and it's totally understandable because I mean, bado tuko young. Oburu Odinga is your quintessential elder bana. Ukikaa naye chini, anakusikiza kwanza. That's why I told you, let's focus on the issues. Because elders focus on the issues. Issue ni wapi hapa? Kwa nini umekasirika CEO leo? Hebu tusikie hiyo issue nasema ni nini? Bana Fatuma Ibrahim, I have spent time with her just to ask her, how is Oburu? When you are his colleague, how was he? Even when an issue was brought, how was his handling? But she has told me, you guys underrate that guy. Bana Oburu Odinga is your quintessential elder mwenye everyone runs to when they have a problem. He might not vocalize those problems in public as to make it look like amekusikiza, but within him you can be sure he's doing something about it. And he has your best interest at heart. Watu nimesikia watu wakisema sijui alisema sijui kama utaki let me tell you. Oburu Odinga might say ati kama utaki kukaa kwa chama utoke. He might say that. But let me tell you, in his heart, he wants
everyone in.
He's not kicking anybody out.
Because bana in your elder, bana sijui kama wewe sijui kwani ushagoni wapi. Mimi have elders in the village, whenever we have issues, wao ndio wanaitwa bana kama watu wamepigana mpaka wame you know.
Why?
You saw the way he invited Babu Owino wakakaa naye. Aka invite paka SG pia wakakaa naye. That's the Oburu I am coming to know. Through my committee member called Fatuma Ibrahim, who has told me, bana, you give this guy time.
He will rise up to the occasion.
Give Oburu time.
Yes.
But he will shock you beyond expectations. So this question about whether you can fit into his brother's shoes, I think is still premature.
Okay.
We are being too hard on him, Bana.
Okay, yes, that's true.
We are being too hard on him. Bana, it took Jacom 20 years. 20 years. ODM is 20 years old.
To develop and build the party.
Yeah.
This guy is still, Bana, what month are we? The 4th month since Jacom left us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so imagine, but you can't compare, bro. So let's give the guy time.
I think you're right. Let's give Oburu time, and of course, the 10-point agenda is very key for us.
Yes, very key.
For Kenyans who are listening to us, of course, Gabriel Oguda is enumerating what needs to be done for realization of the dream Kenya we are looking for. Because that's a dream Kenya we are looking for. That road to Singapore must start with this 10-point agenda.
Yeah.
Because when I'm saying you're going to Singapore, and yesterday I was telling guys, simuende Kiharu kwanza. Simuende Kiharu kwanza.
What is this about Kiharu, by the way?
You see what indeed Nyoro is doing.
Yeah.
School fees and all that. This, the way management of CDF is proactive.
Yes.
Yeah? So we are saying, because one of the biggest thing in the appointed agenda is this wastage, which is key.
Yes.
And the use of public fund and
Yes,
loans
correct.
and
Yes.
So, and corruption.
Yes.
So Ndindi, in his Kiharu, he has managed to develop that area, especially schooling and feeding of, the normal things which affect the local money.
Correct.
So that's why I'm saying we go to Kiharu first, because these are members of parliament.
I like that.
These members of parliament, some of them are running around here. Even their schools, they don't have even blackboards.
I like that.
Yeah, and they have money the same as Ndindi.
Yeah.
That's true.
But this is on your point, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I encourage every Kenyan. Because I always tell people, whether you're in government or in the opposition, politically speaking, all of us agree that we mean well for the country.
Yes, we do.
Unashika? Bottom line.
Yeah.
That if a situation arises where we have to choose the sovereignty of the country against our own personal interest, the sovereignty of the country should supersede our personal interest, isn't it?
That's very true.
Every time I meet anyone who does well to Kenyans, hata kama ni wewe, kama sahi bana watu wanaenda grade 9 bana wameshindwa na school fees, they are calling us. Unaniona?
Yeah.
And even though I don't have a political office, but if you have other two shillings, other 10 bob, other 1,000 shillings, umesikia kuna mama amemkoma mali na mtoto wake, bro, just send the money back. So if Nyoro is doing things that is going to make us proud of our country, because I'm sure the kids in Kiharu who is doing those things too, if at all is doing those things you are saying, I'm sure those kids will grow up
they'll never forget.
saying, if this is the country that Kenya is, then I want to be Kenyan.
You have shaped the perspective.
Yes, you've shaped the perspective of the nation. Because wanasemanga, everyone comes from a village. So before you come to Nairobi, umetoka Ushago, for those kids in Kiharu. So their image of Kenya will be like their village.
This is how it should
if
be
their
done.
CDF is working towards making them be proud of their country, bro, I am Dini Nyoro Damu bana. And everyone else who is ensuring that bringing back the spirit of patriotism to the country. Because I mean, if somebody is paying your school fees, bro, why would you not one day hata wewe ulipie mtu mwingine school fees?
That's true.
Yeah, because you'll help one another.
Yes.
This sense of togetherness, but when I talk to, I studied abroad, but I studied in Norway. You do not ask me, but I have to say it. Boss, mimi niliishi Majuba. Where? I went to the University of Bergen. Bergen is on the, unakumbuka geography, ulifanya geography in high school. Unakumbuka fjords at the lakes on top of mountains. Now me, I used to cruise, doing fjord cruises bana every evening bana kutoka class.
With the views.
Na hizo unaona hizo ma views. That's Scandinavia. Bana boss.
Baridi nayo.
Baridi ni mo. But ona. The happiest. Unakumbuka every year the UN wanafanyanga happiness index ya countries. Scandinavia has countries over Denmark, Finland, Norway.
The index is high.
So anybody in Kenya, whether you are in government or a politician or anyone, hata we CEO, hata we solo, anybody in Kenya who makes the Kenyan dream work, make everyone look at Kenya, if this is the dream, this is the Singapore dream, I also want to be part of it. In your small way, that person has my support. I'm asking you, whether you are the president of Kenya, whether you are Ndindi Nyoro, whether you are Babu Owino, whether you are Edwin Sifuna, whether you are Winnie Odinga, whether you are Gabriel Oguda, whether you are CEO, whether you are Solo, bro, anyone who means well for the country and does right by Kenyans is my friend, and I will support them fully. I'm telling you. Because this is the dream that Odinga had. That's why we call him a statesman. That's why some of us are still mourning.
Yes, true.
Because he was genuinely interested in the welfare of every Kenyan. Right? So, Mimi, I am this person who, if I see you doing good, I will appreciate the good you do. Because even me, I want to contribute. Wanasemanga kila mtu pull their own weight. All of us, there used to be this poem about what you did today. It's usually I drove up a CEO to work. I'm a student of literature.
Yes.
The driver who drives CEO to work, ndiye asichelewe, akuja host show. That is their contribution to national building.
That's true.
It's called,
You cannot do it.
Correct. Yeah. So wewe kama bana nani alisema, Martin Luther King alisema, if you're a street sweeper, be the greatest street sweeper. Mpaka governor akipita hapa seme, niletee mtu alisweep place, nimuongezee mshahara ama nimpatie promotion. That's why I believe in a merit-based country where it doesn't matter where you come from. And I've read you here, inclusive in all spheres of life.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whether you're Samburu, bro.
Yes.
I'm a Ajuran, I'm a Pokot.
Minority or majority.
For as long as you are deserving of a position, upewe bwana.
Kweli.
Let's discuss about other things later. But upewe position. That's the vision of Raila Odinga that you guys mnaona tukupiga kelele kila siku. Because sometimes it pains us. People, instead of discussing issues, wanna discuss their own personal issues. Wanataka kutuweka kwa ngori yao bana. Wewe uko na issue na sijui nani, unataka mimi pia nikuwe kwa hiyo ni ngori na wewe na huyo jamaa bana. Mimi siko. Wewe kama uko na issues na CEO bana. After this studio session, wewe mchukue kwa boxing ring pale bana, punch each other.
Malizane hapo.
Ndoke hapo nje. Mukirudi, let's agree we have a nation to build.
Yes.
Let's build it.
And you move on.
Yeah, correct. So CEO.
Yeah.
If Ndindi Nyoro anatupatia gold standard on how to use CDF, mimi nataka MP wangu bana aende Kiaru bana.
Aende afanye.
Waambia MP wangu anaitwa James Jikala, anatoka Seme. Mimi ni mtu wa Seme.
Nganga.
Sisi watu wa nganga. Aende afanye benchmarking huko bana. Unanielewa? Because everyone wants good things for our people as well. So me, I'm in support, bro.
Okay. So the poem you're talking about, I've put it there. Henry Balo.
Yes.
The Ugandan, Building of a Nation.
Yes.
You remember it?
Yeah.
In literature.
Yeah, this one. That's what I was saying.
Yes.
Today I did my share.
Yes.
Yeah. Today I did my share in. Let me read for them.
Yes.
Today the poem is called "Building the Nation" by Henry Balo from Uganda.
Yes.
Coincidentally, Uganda and I are voting today.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Today I did my share in building the nation.
Yeah.
I drove a permanent secretary to an important urgent function. In fact, to a luncheon at the Vic.
Yes.
The menu reflected its importance. Cold bell beer with small talk, then fried chicken with niceties, wine to fill the hollowness of the laughs, ice cream to cover the stereotype jokes, coffee to keep the PS awake on the return journey. I drove the permanent secretary back. He yawned many times in back of the car. Then to keep awake, he suddenly asked, "Did you have any lunch, friend?" I replied, looking with a straight face, straight ahead, and secretly smiling as his belated concern that I had not, but was slimming. Upon which he said with a seriousness that amused more than annoyed me, "Mwananchi, I too had none. I attended to matters of state, highly delicate diplomatic duties, you know. And friend, it goes against my grain, causes me stomach ulcers and wind." He continued, yawning again. The pains we suffer in building the nation.
And Balo. That was,
You see? So even the PS are kukula. Now we just assume they PS are kula. But all of us must build the nation. Bro, build the nation, Bana. One day, our kids will remember us
in building the nation.
The role we played in building the nation. I hope posterity will be kind to me, and I hope it will be kind to you too.
Yes.
So when the time comes, because all of us like Jacom will exit the stage.
Yes.
What legacy will you have left behind at Standard Group when you eventually leave here? I want you, when you come back here, but after you've left for 10 years, there used to be a guy called Solo.
Yes.
That guy
was the guy.
bana.
Always remember. You
Was the guy.
stamp. You've stamped your legacy.
That guy was the guy. Mimi nataka watu waseme there used to be somebody called Gabriel Oguda. He might have had his weaknesses. Lakini alifanya the best.
He alifanya what he can.
I'm telling you. I want to be known for something. And for this, Jacob left me here. I will not disappoint him.
I think that's a very good way to close this first section, because the next section we are going to do after the news is about who is Gabriel Oguda, away from politics, and also we look at your culture. We'll talk about culture today.
Very good. Yeah.
You know, you always publish and post very interesting things.
Yes.
Where do you
with
get
a background
them?
with an anthropology? Then you have very rich knowledge.
DJ Charms 1 and 2 is making live one to you. Of course, it's that time we play for you some of the best mix of music, of a bit of hip hop there, and also R&B, and of course reminding you of how the beautiful days were before and in future. So I don't know whether Gabriel Oguda remembers those days he was in campus.
Those days I was in high school.
In high school,
Some of us are older than you think. I was just telling the DJ, he's bringing me back fond memories, but I'm not going to the details.
Clearly, if you're listening to this kind of music, you wrote those beautiful letters.
To who?
To your girlfriends in the sister school. Where you spray the letter
with
marashi. You know, hiyo siku cologne was very limited. There was no cologne. Whatever spray ilikuwa hivyo, na ile inaitwa you.
And
there was one called Miss, M-I-S-S.
Miss. That one was one of the ilikuwa ile high class. Unamwambia open with a smile.
And then you put some cologne.
You spray it inside. Akifungua hivi na nuka room yote. Najua kweli boyfriend anakupenda. Those days there were no it was not so commercialized. There was no money. Squeezy, even if you send money. Squeezy, it's money.
Hey,
send me money.
No, but also because solo hakukuwa na masimu kitambo bana. Hakukuwa na M-Pesa kitambo. Wewe M-Pesa imekuja wewe. Ndio
kusema nakwambia kulikuwa na wale maboyfriend walikuwa hatari. Walikuwa natuma 100. Lakini hiyo 100 lazima you wrap it with a paper before, kwa sababu wale wakora kama sisi tukipata hiyo barua kwanza ulikuwa unaangalia hivi against the sun. Ukiangalia uone picha ya
pesa
ya Kenyatta unafungua. Alafu unaenda unatupa hiyo barua karibu na mahali anaketi. Anapata barua imefunguliwa na pesa ilienda.
I have sent you 100,000 shillings.
150. 150 imeenda. Hiyo ni ya kununua mkate.
That's how many quarter loaves of bread?
That's a lot. That can last you at least 3 weeks. 5
bob per slice.
So that can last you quite some time.
Gentlemen, you know, old good days, when there was no mobile phones, people knew how to write. I don't know whether Gabriel Oguda's handwriting is his own.
If you had a poor handwriting, then you had to source from someone.
There were people for hire.
For hire unamwambia
niandikie hii barua. Sema
Yes. And those guys they were the entrepreneurs of our days.
Yes, exactly.
It was the letter writing industrial complex.
Exactly.
Because if you have a bad handwriting,
you cannot write that. You'll be dumped. You'll be dumped. If you have a bad handwriting, don't write any letter. Wewe enda utafuta usource. Na huyo jamaa lazima umnunulie mkate.
No, but you know what, CEO? You know this thing they say about chivalry being dead? You know those days, the mark of chivalry was expressing yourself in writing.
Yes. Better.
Manishika.
Skills.
Kitambo. Kuongea haikwanga sana because I think people thought seduction hii ya mdomo ilikuwa ni wakora.
Ilikuwa wakora sana.
Lakini sasa ile yenye kuna record.
Hiyo sasa hiyo
anasoma.
Anaenda anaisoma mpaka anaifeel.
Alafu we were used to official dome.
Unamwambia the day I saw you with that pink t-shirt. my heart was going. My heart started racing.
Bana sikiza DJ. Anachezea huyu jamaa a song by Shania Twain. The first time I saw you. I so love. And after all these years you are still the one.
Still the one.
That's what he wanted, man. Where's the man? Dedicate with the Shania Twain, but we are former girlfriend.
Exactly.
Which one? The former one? Why so many formers? A guy who has many formers cannot dedicate.
Yeah. Itapatikana.
Solo.
Yes.
They know themselves.
Yeah, they know themselves. So they
you are not speaking to the media.
Yeah,
you are the media.
If you have former,
Yeah.
if it is one, it's former.
Yes.
But this guy has a college.
At your group of former girlfriends,
It's called a school of girlfriends.
Another city hopper. Ladies and gentlemen, we are, of course, it's a Spice Drive. We are in studio. I'm your host, Charles Otieno, with Solomon Koko and, of course, Gabriel Oguda. We are bringing you what happens in the city with all good days. But before that, then quickly tell you what you need and where you need to shop. Of course, it's Naivas and every day. And remember, when you are shopping at Naivas, you just save more. And you're not only saving, but you're also winning. The ongoing Naivas promotion is already rewarding real Kenyans with over 1,000 winners so far, including goods, chickens, home appliances, electronics, motorcycles, and yes, 2 cars already won, plus over 40 motorcycles, over 10 motorcycles, and weekly and monthly winners still rolling in. Every shop is a chance to win, and do not wait. Join thousands of Kenyans who are already celebrating big wins while saving on essentials. Shop at any Naivas store today and save up to 50% of back-to-school essentials. Shop in-store or online with delivery and stand a chance of winning big. Naivas saves you money. Naivas saves you money. So, look, before we had that very nice conversation.
Yes.
You know, I was telling Gabriel Oguda when our good friend God Semelango called.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, he comes from a place called Seme. These guys.
Yeah.
Walitutesa sana. Seme is a place with very many rocks.
Yes.
But they didn't have cattle.
They didn't have cows.
But they dealt with our cattle mercilessly.
Yes.
There was what they call kochome.
Yeah.
Gabriel knows.
Yeah.
He's a student of anthropology. And he knows in his area what anthropological situation they led us to. And culture.
They used to steal cows.
Of course.
But you know, the most interesting thing is how you actually change the face of that cow. You say you can actually insert some horns. Mwenyewe anaangalia anasema yangu ni kai. Lakini hii pembe yake ni kubwa kidogo.
No, you know that identity has been used all the time.
Yeah.
With connotations that it was actually a bad thing.
Yes.
You know, if you look at it positively, we are the people of Seme are the people who invented surgery.
Yes.
Is it? Because kitambo hakukuwa na medical labs.
Kweli.
Ukitaka kuchukua horn na uweke ingine unafanyaje? You consult a traditional surgeon.
Kate.
Then you come to Seme.
Right?
Yes. Ilifanya hata nyinyi what you are not telling because you are coming from Ugenya.
Yeah.
What you are not telling watu Ugenya, even though your cows used to come to us for surgery, they never used to go back, isn't it? At least your people came back to Ugenya with a skill. You did not find your cows, but you went back home with a skill. Right? So now you know surgery exists. By the way, let me ask you, if you have to be asked, who are these people from Seme that you know in the public domain? All of them, bar none, are scholars.
Of course.
Professor Peter Nyang'nyongo, Dr. James Nikal, is a medical. Look,
later Grinyongo.
The later Grinyongo, the current IBC commissioner, the former VC, Vice Chancellor for Technical University of Kenya, anaitwa nani? He's from Seme.
You know, because because Masen was near you.
Also because alikwambia sisi Seme is a county of rocks. Kitmika is in Seme.
Yes.
So our cash crop ni akili, bro.
Kweli akili tu.
Our cash crop ni akili, si kwenda kwa. But in Seme when you wake up in the morning unaenda shule. Because hakuna shamba. Aulimi unalima nini?
Okay.
We are on the leeward side of the lake.
Yes, you are.
Kama ulisema geography, kuna windward side na leeward time. Kuna leeward side sisi.
Doesn't have
So cash crop yetu ile yenye tunaweza peleka kwa market ni intellectual capacity yetu. That's why your cows used to come visit us. Kama ziko different.
They undergo surgery.
Yes, they undergo surgery. Kitambo it used to be called, I'm an anthropologist. Those stone tools za kufanya surgery ilikuwa inaitwa Oldowan tools.
Inaweza kata.
Plinth. Ile
ni wembe.
Kuja home bana. Bado tuko na skill mpaka sasa inaweza transfer of knowledge. So to retain identity, so all the people from Seme, you should be proud of your roots. Because listen, without us, watu wangejua surgery. Watu wangekuwa wana feel medical form ya kwenda kufanya surgery at university.
But you see, what I like about Seme people is also their culinary experience.
I knew it.
Culinary experience.
Kupika.
No. The guys just decided these birds are too many. Why can't we eat them?
Wakaanza kukula mpaka ile inapiganga inaitwa
nganga.
Bana, if you're a Kikuyu and you'll call nganga, please, we will not eat you. Welcome to Seme. If you hear anyone saying nganga, it is not you. We are eating. We are not cannibals, bana. We can assure you we are good people. So
very interesting.
So no, Gabriel is a student of anthropology and a person who has really dealt with these things, matters of culture.
Yes.
So why did you what makes people change their culture like that?
So this is the thing, anthropology 101. So first of all, me, I grew up in the village. So I think I was born in Seme. Kisumu County, before there were not counties, before there were provinces and districts.
Yes.
So the original Kisumu district, what is now called Kisumu County, has 7 constituencies. I am born in Seme, which is like the farthest end on your way to Siaya. So we bought a game constituency under Rieda. So then my father got a job in government. And then now he was posted to a place called Miwani. Miwani is now in Moroni. Moroni is also still in Kisumu County.
Yes.
If you know Moroni, because if you drive down to Kisumu, past Kericho, there's usually some sugar plantations. Yeah.
Very, very famous.
So the Moroni sugar belt, because we have another sugar belt in South Nyanza. Then there was sugar factory in Migori, South Nyanza. So in Kisumu, we have the Moroni sugar belt. Moroni sugar belt has 5 sugar companies. Moroni Sugar Company, which is name of the constituency. Chemelil Sugar Company, they used to have a football club called Chemelil Sugar FC. Miwani Sugar Company, which is the first sugar company in Kenya, built by the Indians from Indochina in Uganda. Kibos Sugar Company. And then there's a new one coming up, Bado Iko in the pipeline. But we have 5. And so I grew up in the village, but in a cosmopolitan area, because when you're a sugar company, watu wamekuja kutafuta kazi
wengi.
Si ndio? Watu wenye waka sugar cane plantation wanakata miwa, watu wenye na offload kwa truck, the entire industry, the entire chain, mpaka watu wanafanya kazi kwa cashier office. It's a whole production line. I grew up in a cosmopolitan place. And so, because education, I told you people in Seme, when you wake up, a child wakes up in the morning and ambiwa, because hakuna shamba ya kuenda.
Enda shule.
So mimi, all my life, I always knew education is the key to success. Unaona mashule zingine wanaandika moto. Sijui moto ya shule yenu ni kwa gani?
Forward ever, backward never.
Bro, ni kama nyinyi mlikonga backward sana bana. So, me motto, if I ever see a school ikona motto ya ile education is the key to success, bro, I'm an embodiment of education being the key to success. Because had it not been for education, mimi hata singekuwa famous. So, I go to Miwani State Primary School because my father was working in the sugar company. And then I was called to Maseno School. I was top of my class in my year. And then Maseno School. Now, tukifika Maseno School, sasa kuna shida. I'm explaining how I got into anthropology. You know ile school fees kitambo bana haikuwa na mambo ya CDF.
Kweli.
It is the parent who look for money. And my father akona watoto wengi because my father is polygamous and my mother is the third wife. So imagine kulikuwa watoto wenye wako mbele yangu.
Yes.
Wale wamemaliza pia.
Kuna wenye wamemaliza yani
wengine
sisi tuko huku chini. So at the time I was going to high school, my father had lost his job. You remember those things called structural adjustment programs? Zile za Moi. When the IMF and this Bretton Woods institution waliambia government, you need to cut down on the wage bill, you know, rationalize government. So my father was affected. Sasa tukarudi mitini, bro. Sasa school fees ikakuwa shida kwa shida. Mimi nilikuwa nafukuzwa shule. Unaonanga vile mwalimu wa high school siku nyingine kichwa chake kijam. Ati bana watoto wananisumbua bana, I need to decongest this school.
Yes.
The way you decongest prison. Sasa in high school, high school used to be decongested by through school fees.
Yes.
Anasimama na list bana. The following students kila mtu enda home. Na mimi nikiendanga home, you can be sure sitarudi. Because unaambiwa usiporudi na pesa hautarudi hapa.
Yeah.
But my mother used to be very resilient. Nikienda home anasema bana nitafuta hata katuke. Bana even dissolved bana his business bana ndio nimalize shule bana. So at the time we were finishing, kitambo unakumbuka tukiapply university courses. Unakumbuka?
Yes.
The letter kama umeapply university, hiyo barua ya university ilikuwa inakuja shule. Because kitambo people never used to have personal boxes.
Yes, zero. Inakuja kwa shule.
So ukikuja kuchukua results, unakuja kuchukua pia na admission. So the school post office box was your post office box.
Yeah.
Because later kitambo hakukuwa na hima ndio ya courier services. So bana, ukiwa na FRS, hata kufill form, inapata huko shule. Because umefukuzwa. So we used to have a careers department in Maseno school. Now our careers, this is why your careers master or mistress is very important in your school. Wanajua what is Gabriel Oguda good at, because amekuwa kwa shule for 4 years.
Yes.
If a time comes when people are applying for university, na yuko shule and we need to send back forms, tunaweza msaidia based on his strengths. That's why me sometimes I cut the CBC, whoever wana criticize CBC, I cut the government some slack. Because CBC is about pathways. Ukiwa poa na English na Kiswahili languages, you know, unaweza na law, you know, social sciences. Ukiwa poa na maths, physics, hiyo ni STEM. Unaona? And so your careers master in your school anaangalia kwa file yako anasema form 1 first term physics ako A. Hivyo sasa sema huyu hata kama angekuwa hapa angefill STEM. Unanishika? So I think they discovered by the time we were filling university form sikuwa because nikufukuzwa shule. Bro, walinifilia bana.
So when the letter came,
Bachelor of Arts Anthropology, I was shocked bana, hii ni nini? Even me I was surprised. My parents did not know about it. But the letter came. So I loved anthropology from day one. You know the way you don't know something, alafu love at first sight.
Yes.
Hey bana, kuna kitu kama hii dunia, like you know, you ask yourself,
what is anthropology?
Even you.
Yeah, what is anthropology?
And you're like the first teacher who interact with, anakuambia, I know what you are going through, you guys. Relax. You're in the right place. Mpaka nakuashua. Then they explain to you what anthropology is. Mpaka you feel at home. Very few of our guys wali transfer courses.
Yes.
Tulibaki wengi. Because most parents, bana kitambo kiwa mtoto una fill university form, the career advice you could go for ni mwalimu wa village. Because the assumption is who amesoma university ama nini. The truth is, none of us know nothing about careers. But if you ask a parent parent wa grade 10, unataka mtoto wako afanye nini? Bro, the parent is the worst person to ask about the career choices.
Because they're going to influence.
Because anaangalia careers based on their past experiences. The global market has changed. Ona history ya AI ina confuse kila mtu. Now your parent doesn't even know what AI is.
Zero.
And so hawezi kuadvise ufanye AI. Na wewe ukienda na advice yake ndio ufanye kitu kingine, bana watakuwa wamekumesa bana. So me in my mind, the way I think, let people explore. There's a reason, me I always argue, there's a reason why these courses exists. The people came up with those courses knew the reason why they came up with them. Hata kama kuna Bachelor of Science Witchcraft. Because there are courses at Bachelor of Science Forestry.
Fisheries.
Bachelor of Arts Fisheries, Marine Economy. Hata kama kuna Bachelor of Science Witchcraft. Bro, soma witchcraft bana. There has to be a reason why. Huyo jamaa alikaa chini na hiyo University Council. Wakakuja na hiyo story ya witchcraft. I'm honest with you. So see you. Let our kids explore. So I came to the University of Nairobi, Bachelor of Arts Anthropology, tuka graduate class of 2007. Unakumbuka by the way, sometimes I find myself at the confluence of the political events in Kenya because listen, naingia 2003 when Kibaki is beginning his term.
Yes.
Unakumbuka?
Yes.
Bro, Bomas imechacha bwana. Unakumbuka constitutional review conference?
Yes.
Imechacha. My university students wamejam. Unakumbuka kulikuwa na Bomas draft yenye watu walikuwa wanasema hii draft ni mbaya. So tunaingia university tunaambiwa musiingie bado. We were supposed to report somewhere in April or March. We were postponed until October apparently. Unakumbuka when Mbai was killed? The guy was chair of the devolution committee. Bana sisi tunaingia tunaambiwa because Thomas Crispin of the Mumbai was the chair of the political science department, University of Nairobi, and he was the chair of the devolution committee ya Bomas. So what wa university wana strike bana. Wa UN wanasema tunataka nani ameua lecturer wetu. Bomas huko pia kumechacha. So imagine Langata Road bana from UN to Langata Road bana and riot. So we cannot, our reporting has been postponed until that issue is resolved. Mpaka kuwa buried. So we get in, guess when I graduate? 2007. What happens in 2007?
Post-election.
Bro, we were the last class. Election used to be in December, if you remember.
Yes.
We graduate on the second week of December. 2 weeks later, Kenya is plunged into a civil war.
Yes. So you don't even know what's
so
going to
our class
happen.
always joke ati had Kenya gone the Sudan way, unajua sasa Sudan hata ordinary hadi shule.
True.
Had Kenya gone the failed state way, we would have been the last degree holders.
By the way.
Is that true?
That's
Mpaka sahi.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes I cut Jacom some slack when he says, bana, when he saw the Gen Z movement going down south, aliamua bana, let's stabilize this thing first. But
Yeah,
you better to be
in a bad government.
In a bad government than
Yes.
no government.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Makes sense.
Because bad government, you can
still systems work.
You can deal with.
Yeah.
You
No
can go to the
government,
market
But
and
no
buy food.
government.
No government
Yeah,
is
absolutely
lawlessness.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I go to the University of Nairobi namaliza. Boss, mimi I can't say I tamaked because unajua these are challenges we face. Let's be honest. So what I used to do when I was at the university, because nimetoka kwa poverty bana. Na unakumbuka my experience in high school.
Yes.
Being chased out of school fees.
Yeah, all the time.
I started toughening up because life imeanza kunifundisha.
Yeah.
So naingia mazee University of Nairobi, I start asking myself, nikimaliza nitaenda wapi? 4 years before graduation.
Yeah.
Bro, I start writing letters bana. I start writing letters.
Yes.
To potential employers. Nasema vile lecturer alituambia anthropologists wanafanyanga kazi wapi. So amesha he has unpacked anthropology baka tuambia NGOs, you are research based research based course, you studies of human behavior, you guys are problem solvers, you are solving societal dilemmas.
Yes.
So for example, so una history say if a medical anthropologist, what do they do? Medical anthropologists study cultural perceptions to medicine.
Okay.
So let me give you an example.
Yes.
When the malaria mosquito nets were rolled out for the first time to treat malaria, I mean, remember the government of Kenya through PSI something.
They were distributing
nets. So what was the reason why Kitambo, the nets used to be white? If you remember, the first mosquito nets were white.
All of them.
All.
Everywhere.
But now one day, a public participation workshop was happening in some place in Kilifi. Huko kwa mashinani, huko kwa...
And that's where there's danger of serious malaria.
Yes, malaria.
Serious.
Malaria like hot environments, hot and humid.
Serious.
So Kisumu County, those hot and humid places by the beaches.
Yeah.
Bro, malaria inaua watu. Wanapeleka net. Watu wa, you know, the requirement is that unaweka net, alafu unajifunika.
Sleep under the net.
Most of them have no bed, so una sleep kwa floor.
Yeah.
But the rule, the MOH was, the guideline was una sleep under the net. But one day, some chief in some location in Kilifi called the local health center because that was the point of distribution. Ati mimi hizi nets nimerudishiwa. Nataka niwarudishie kwa hospitali mwende mpelekee watu wengine. Why? Because apparently ati guys who are sleeping under white net used to see ghosts at night.
Oh, that was...
Yeah, you know, in coastal areas kuna mambo ya jini. So unalala
those mythical beliefs.
Yeah. So apparently during the moonlight na ventilation najua za hizo mahats hazikwangi poa. So there's some kanini ka opening ya the moon kupenetrate na the whiteness inafanya reflection ya hiyo light.
Mtu anaona jini.
So unaona jini kwa wall. Manshika. So the chief first of all thought ati bana you guys bana jini ya nini. Then everyone started bringing the nets. Unajua word spreads. Ati kumbe wewe pia unajileta mimi. Kumbe wewe pia hata mimi. Unaona? Then eventually it becomes a crisis.
Wow.
The Ministry of Health convenes an emergency meeting about it because malaria is we have to fight malaria.
It was killing
It's
so
still
many
killing people.
Even now.
Then
Even now.
the solution is very simple. Color the nets. So
that's
that
why
the
they
white
have to
light, the white net cannot reflect light. But that's the genesis of colored mosquito nets. So anthropologists, that's what we do. We solve societal dilemmas through cultural lenses. The culture ya coast is different from the culture ya Wajaluo. Unanishika?
Absolutely.
Ukileta net na ni white, Mjaluo najua napenda vitu poa poa bana. Bana unaleta net. Akinilete mingi. It's a mark of class.
Yes.
You can afford net.
Yes.
You know, lakini wale, you know, so people, so cultures are different. And so I found anthropology very interesting. And that's why I decided to start applying for jobs, other internships. So immediately I graduated, nikaitwa bana nianze kufanya kazi kwa hizi NGOs. So me I'm a researcher by training, bro.
Yes.
Like mimi I can design for you a data collection tool ya kwenda kuuliza swali yenye nakuletea response that you need.
Yes.
So hizo ma sensors, me have worked for Kenya National Bureau of Statistics when they're designing their questionnaires. Like there are certain kama sahi kuna hii mambo ya gender issues, the sensors wameweka ile story ya intersex persons. So people have been asking kwa nini mweka LGBTQ questions kwa census questionnaire?
Yes, and it's supposed to be there.
Listen, the intersex person, you are not intersex by choice.
Yes.
You see these guys who are born kitambo, you are either male or female.
Yes.
Wanishika?
Yes.
Bana bro, kitambo people used to give birth to children.
Yeah.
They have two genitalias. They used to kill them. But I'm telling you, in our culture of kitambo.
Yes.
They ati ini bado men.
Yes.
Now imagine like no mtoto bana because science haijakuwa advanced sana, wewe ujui bado wewe bado unaangalia ati tulikuwa tunaambiwa ati tukizaa nini mwenye kona nose kubwa hiyo ni bado men umuue. But in some cultures bana, even if a woman give birth to twins, wanafukuzwa bana.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
So Kenya have decided to adopt best practices because we're changing with the times. So what anthropologists do, an intersex person is not a bad man. We are telling them this is science.
Maumbile.
Hii ni maumbile. How best can we live with them? Because they were children, right? Let's understand them. So our role as anthropologists is to make society understand the moral or cultural dilemmas of our time. Yeah, and so then after that, I got a scholarship to go and study in Norway. So I went to the University of Bergen. Fully paid, bro.
Wow.
Mimi nimeishi huko bana, mafiord cruises tu bana. Naona tu nini kwa TV bana, mimi niko hapo kwa fiord nini bana, kwa cruise ship. From hardship to cruises. To cruise ship. From hardship to cruise ship.
Awesome.
Then so people always ask me, having suffered the exquisite lifestyle in Norway, your first world country, why did you decide to come back to Kenya?
Yes, why?
Boss, let me tell you. When I was in Norway, Kenya, my relatives used to call me, especially my mother. Ati bana, uko sawa? You know the way mothers are concerned. Haujaongea na wewe. Nimesikia huko kuna winters jini -20. Are you freezing? You know, out of motherly love. So I discovered, boss, you might be far away from home, unasikia vizuri, but that warmth. You know the way wazungu wakijua Kenya nasema, we love Kenyans because of their warmth and hospitality. Bro, we might have problems in this country, bro, solo.
Yes.
But there's one thing you have to give to Kenyans.
Yes.
We are a hospitable people.
That's very true.
We are a warm people.
No, we are very warm.
I miss the warmth.
You miss the warmth.
I miss
and our weather.
Yes, and our weather.
And that is awesome.
And our weather. I miss the Kenyan warmth, but not even the warmth of their weather, the warmth of the people. Look, Kenyans, just to 2024, we are the worst political crisis in Kenya. But you remember, but in June 2024, Bana, we are our lowest.
Yes.
But look at the way we've picked up very fast. Bana.
You can't even say
we are very resilient, Bana.
That's very true.
Bro, there's no country in this world who was as resilient as Kenya is.
So you've told us about anthropology, and I like it because it's about the moral compass.
Yeah.
What I pick is anthropology is a moral compass of society. And tell us how did you fall in love with literature? Because now, you know, you and I, there we have confluence. Actually, Gabriel, you must edit my book. I'm working on the Luo culture.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
Luo from Egypt to Kenya.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're my guy, man.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things I love.
Yeah, so now you can, because you're also very historical as I. Mine takes from the first, of course, my book takes from the first Pharaoh, Menya, 3,200 BC, and the origin of the Luo dynasties.
Yes.
Very interesting to read. So now I've always tell them that people are waiting for that book, but we have needed someone now with that lens to go through the manuscript.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, the Luo.
Yeah.
You know, people later ask, what is Luo?
Yeah.
Because Jacom before he died, Jacom was a resource man.
Yeah,
before Jacom died, he used to give us the history of the Luo.
Yeah.
Akikampeni unasema ataki history, tunataka utuambie tutafanyia nini? So let me tell you. The word Luo is derived from the word Luo.
Yes.
L-U-W-O.
Yes, it is.
Which means to follow.
Yeah.
What are we following? We were following the Nile River. Unanishika? So, if you know your history very well, the Nilots in Kenya are categorized into three. Plain Nilots, for Masai, or plain lands.
Yes.
Highland Nilots, for Kale, or Highlands.
And then River
Lake Nilots. We were following which is the river and the lake? The river is the Nile River.
Yes.
The Nile River, if you know the geography very well or map, the source of the river Nile is in Jinja, Uganda. It flows back kwa the Red Sea.
Yes.
Huko Egypt. Sharm el Sheikh, huko.
Yeah.
So, the Luo were pastoralists. We are not fishermen. Contrary to popular belief, we are not fishermen. We were pastoralists.
Okay.
But during drought and famine,
you did fish.
It is the riparian land.
Yes.
Beach, the Nile River is a permanent river. It doesn't dry up.
It doesn't.
Meaning you can always find pasture by the banks of the river. Right?
Yes.
So Luos, because we are pastoralists, we were following the Nile River where there's water and there's pasture. Until we started discovering, wait,
there's even fish.
Kuna fish.
Yes.
So hii tuna diversify diet.
Yeah.
So utaki kuua ng'ombe yako kwa sababu unataka kulipia mtoto school fees kwa sababu sisi tunapenda shule. So wacha tuende kwa river
kule samaki.
Very interesting. Umenishika?
Yes.
So Luo, from the word Luo, following the Nile until we found the source. But we were explorers. That's why when Luos are very inquisitive by nature. Actually, we should have an Inquisitor General in this country. Office of the Inquisitor General. Wapatie Mjaluo bana hiyo kazi. Our DNA is hardwired to be inquisitive.
Yes.
That's why Mjaluo before I signed other document. Ati ebu nisome kwanza.
Yes.
Wanishika?
Yes.
When the Constitutional Review Commission bana went to Luo Nyanza to collect views, public participation. You know, when Jacob was still alive, they used to tell him, sisi ataki kusoma, Raila ameshatusomea. Because we were saving the country time. That's why we love Jacom. Jacom akishasoma, sign.
Tuko sawa.
But our very nature is being inquisitive. Jacom, umesoma? Nimesoma.
Basi tuko sawa.
Kama umesoma, because wewe hujai So we are inquisitive by nature. So we are explorers. We explored the Nile River mpaka tukafika kwa nini? Kwa source of River Nile. So kuna Wajaluo Uganda, kuna Wajaluo mpaka Ethiopia
wako.
Kwa the Shilluk, kuna mpaka Juluo Congo bana, the Congo River. Yani we are following the river. Wherever there's a river. Bro,
there's some
nienda kwenu. Venye kuna river. Kuna Mjaluo. So my storytelling, CEO, came like this. Anthropology teaches you to interact with people.
Yes.
So our research is grounded in what we call participatory research.
Yes.
Where you have to immerse yourself in the cultures of those people you are studying. Unlike sociology, people always ask me, what's the difference between sociology and anthropology? Sociology is the study of societies. And
plain, yes.
You don't need to live with me to know how
you live.
But anthropologists, we want to immerse ourselves because I cannot advise you on how to change your culture if I am not in that culture, if I'm not immersed.
Yes.
If I'm not doing the day, if I don't understand why I've given you a tap, nadhani shida yako ni maji, nimekuwekea tap kwa mlango, na bado ukitaka maji, unaenda kugossip na women kwa river.
Sasa
wewe shida yako ilikuwa ni maji, kumbe si maji. Unataka news.
You see, that one reminds me when I was writing a paper in communication, I think a master's, and about South Sudanese. You know, wrestling is very big, and even in Lowland used to be very big. They are sort of judo kind of, and the biggest thing in villages in Western, in Nyanza a long time ago, and even in South Sudan, is male wrestling.
Yes.
A wrestler was known, the Professor Henry Odero Ruka's father was a great wrestler. So now the Mzungus came and looked at that, and people were not having toilets. And they decided they'll build for South Sudanese toilets. You understand?
This is interesting.
So they went and built toilets. But no one went to the toilet. Because the South Sudanese societies, they have a part of land behind the homestead where people go to do their long courts.
In the bush.
In the bush. And people pass around there. So culturally, when people pass and see that people have somewhere they go and do their thing, they know that home has food.
Yes.
Now, these Mzungus came and said, oh, hygiene, what? So let's build them toilets so that they live.
They didn't use them.
They didn't use them.
Yeah.
Because that's not the reason why they're going to.
That's not the reason why they're going to as a society.
Yeah.
So eventually, someone told them, if you want these people to use those toilets, you're building them in their homes, build them the arenas
Yes.
first.
Yes.
For them to wrestle.
Yes.
And then they will go there. They had to change a whole, and they had spent millions of shillings to build them arenas so that people can stop going to the bush.
You cannot change that culture.
So the
And a
culture
friend of mine, CEO, told me,
Yeah.
even in architectural classes these days, architects, introduction to anthropology,
You must.
it's a must.
It's a must.
Mpaka unakuwa evaluated. Kama hujapata sijui hujapita, unarudia.
Because we will not go and build them something they won't accept.
Yeah. Imagine.
When I was building I started my foundation in the village, Dala.
Hey.
Then I went with my Kikuyu guy and decided to dig. My father almost killed him.
Yeah.
You don't know tradition. You're the owner who has to dig first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So gentlemen, let's end it there. We go for news. When you come back, we continue with our discussion. Of course, you're with Gabriel Oguda, and you can see your name is there.
Yeah.
As we close. But now, we are in the studio with none other but Gabriel Oguda, of course, and the real solo. So, gentlemen, Gabriel, you told us about a poem. I like it. When the river gets into the ocean. It's called Fear. Gabriel Khalil. Is Pakistani, that guy?
I think it's Pakistani.
I think he's Pakistani.
I don't know what nationality they.
Khalil, I should be Pakistani. I think he's a guy.
Khalil Gibran.
He's a very good writer. I've read his books.
Yeah. The poem is called Fear.
Solo.
Yes. Even the river trembles when it's joining a larger body. But it looks back at its journey.
Yeah.
And decides, of course, it does not decide because the river cannot go back.
Yes.
But it it cannot.
So can you say it? It's very interesting.
Can I read?
Yes.
The poem is called Fear by Khalil Gibran.
Yeah.
It is said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. She looks back at the path she has traveled from the peaks of the mountains, the long winding road crossing forests and villages, and in front of her, she sees an ocean so vast that to enter, there seems nothing more than to disappear forever. But there's no other way. The river cannot go back. Nobody can actually go back. To go back is impossible in existence. The river needs to take the risk of entering the ocean because only then will fear disappear. Because that's where the river will know it's not about disappearing to the ocean, but of becoming the ocean.
The river becomes an ocean.
Now becomes an ocean. Becomes one in the ocean. And now, because now you have actually mentioned that, let me just try and chip in this issue of Ugandan politics and some of the comments that are coming up and what I've actually seen on social media right now. So that we see, because basically Bobi Wine has really broken that fear of running against Museveni as the main contender in the elections. Of course, their age is almost half the age of the president, who's seeking now his seventh term after 4 decades. And now there's a message here from Yiga Wamala, who is the President Museveni's advisor, and he has said this, that never think that President Museveni will leave power by voting. He's going to be the president. Vote and go home. We won't count the votes. After Museveni, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, his son, is coming. And of course, it has been highly projected that his son, the General Muhoozi, is the apparent heir of his father, next after him. And of course, now at 81 years old, probably by the next time they are going for the elections, he'll be way older, over 86 thereabout. What do you think about that statement?
I don't think that thing is verified, is it? Is it confirmed?
Well,
that he said those things.
It's been published by a media station, so probably there's some truth in it. Not really verified, but if you look at the dynamics of what is happening in Uganda, this is almost the truth, because of course the military told people vote and go home. There's nobody who's coming to guard the votes. Nobody is coming to protect and see what is going on. Of course, the international bodies are overseeing if all the necessary key things in an election, in a voting process, are being taken into consideration. But such a statement, of course, is very, very damning. Yeah. But you can almost believe that some of these statements, that is the likelihood.
Solo, yesterday, when Ndindi Nyoro was on Citizen, and somebody pulled out a former statement that he wrote on Facebook during the time when Uhuru Kenyatta was in government.
Yes.
They remember that time at Supreme Court when words were being thrown about the elections being nullified. There's a post that Ndindi Nyoro once made about the death of democracy, or we will rule by fiat. Let me tell you, my brother, I sometimes, I don't know what people want. For me, everyone desires of a country where you can operate and achieve your full potential, given the right environment, without impediments to your personal growth.
Yes.
And how can you achieve that? By having systems in place put forward by the government and all the like-minded organizations, non-state actors, to ensure that wewe solo, you kama wewe ni producer wa show, and you mean well for the country, you achieve your idea. That's why the Americans wanasemanga they are living the American dream. You cannot live the American dream or the Kenyan dream or the Ugandan dream if such statements, Bana, you are hearing them from people who should be giving you the Ugandan dream.
Yes.
Unanielewa? So me, I desire of a country or of a continent or of a world where people can fathom the enmity of the offices that they hold, as not to make statements that might interfere with people, their citizens, achieving their full potential. Because a statement like that, imagine you are on the line voting. Now umesoma kitu kama hiyo.
Yes, it breaks you.
Will you even believe in democracy anymore?
Not at all.
Yeah? Surely, Bana. So according to me, I don't think that statement, I'm not sure somebody...
Yes, we cannot clearly say whether it's already been verified.
I don't want to believe that statements like those ones
should be.
You might have the intention of spelling doom to the death of democracy. But bro, keep it to yourself.
Don't broadcast it.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
Yes.
Not all of us.
Yes.
Not all of us are good intentioned. Like I told you, I began from the point by saying, I believe everyone in government and everyone in opposition mean well for the country. So whatever you do, whether you go on the streets to demonstrate, the idea is that I want to demonstrate so that the country can move progressively. Because I've seen something wrong, and I need something to be done about it. Now, if you're not well intentioned, if you don't mean well for the country, bro, stop being in the way of those who mean well for the country. Me, I listen to our president siku hizi anasemanga wale wajama wa opposition siku hizi hawana agenda, hawana sera. Sisi nye tuko na sera, wacha wazitu nini derail, wacha sisi tuendelee. And I agree.
Yes.
Because if you don't mean well for the country, bro, step backwards.
Step aside.
Let Solo who mean well for the country, akuja kwa studio, step up.
Step up, yeah.
Because leadership is about responsibility. If you are responsible enough, my brother, me, there are words that cannot come out of your mouth if you are responsible enough. And it's in our constitution. Insightful speech. You know, that's why we have this NCIC commission.
Yes.
Me, I think that statement amounts to
Incitement.
So incitement.
A lot of
Yeah.
incitement,
I think,
yes.
if you ask me, it has the potential to burn down a country.
That's very true.
I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
people will just get, because you cannot go to sit in the sun for 6 or 7 hours.
Yes.
Lining up,
Lining
because you see there's a long queue.
Yeah.
Yes.
You to exercise your democratic right.
Yes.
And then a senseless comment like that
Statement,
comes
yeah.
up. Because that's senseless, because people, when you're going to vote, you have a hope.
Yeah.
And the hope is that you either win or lose.
True.
But you have said,
Yeah. I have
hata kama
exercised.
ulishinda,
Yeah. I've exercised.
I've exercised my right.
Yeah.
And if they count, these ones are 50 and these are 2,000,
It's
you
okay.
say I'm in that 50.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
On Assisi fans wa Jacom, we used to lose, and Jacom used to go to the Supreme Court. Alafu, Jacom used to come out and say, I respect the decision of the court. I will stand in no way for the president to run the country. Because the country is bigger than you.
True.
It is not you who is inciting people to come out and you protect who's what. Bro, when the chips are down and the country is in problems, even you who is inciting the people against
You'll
other
also
people.
be affected.
Hata wewe, next flight out of the country.
Yes.
Because when the breakdown of law and order, polisi ni raia. Sinasemanga ati when there's a military coup, polisi ni raia. Or something like that. Ati kila mtu, you suddenly become dispensable. Bro, let us watch the things we say. Me, I'm always careful about the words that come out of my mouth, because some of us, there are people who listen to us and take our word as law. You might not know the
impact.
gravity, the impact of the influence that you have, CEO. Even this radio station, there are things that I'm not sure you can say here on air.
You can't.
I'm honest with you. And so for me, let us be mindful of the things we say, because with power comes utmost responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me, that's the only thing I can say. I wish all Kenyans, because me I believe in fagia. Kuna hii song ya Gen Z nasemanga, kwangu ni clean, we fagia kwako.
Fagia kwako.
Kwangu ni clean, we fagia kwako. So, wacha Uganda wafagie kwao.
Yeah.
Misisi tufagie kwetu kwanza. So, in as much as those statements are being said in Uganda, kwa waja tufagie kwetu kwanza. So, how do we fagia kwetu? By ensuring that, listen, you guys, everyone who means well for Kenya, and number one person who meant well for Kenya was Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Let us secure his life and legacy by ensuring that these issues that nimewasomea hapa
Can be
imekuwa
implemented.
implemented. After tumeshafagia kwetu, neko clean. Kwangu sasa ni clean, kwetu sasa ni clean. Now bana, if Uganda wants our help,
Yeah.
We can
tunaweza
help
enda
them.
kwa saidia
offer.
kufagia kwao bana. But right now, I don't think tuko clean sana. Wacha to ensure hizi vitu zimekuwa implemented.
So that we don't go into other people's affairs.
Yeah, ni kama ile story ya Biblia inasemanga, don't look at the speck in your brother's eye and forget about the log in your
The
eye.
log in your eye.
So, wacha to focus on hii log yetu bana. Wacha nini, Uganda, we appreciate in the space of East Africa community, we are a brotherhood. Wacha tufagie kwetu kwanza. Then tutafagia Uganda if they need us later. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we were talking before Solo brought in the Ugandan perspective.
Yeah.
We were talking about the poem, and I asked you a question on your love for literature and reading, and now which books are you reading for Kenyans?
So I just finished reading Kenneth Matiba's autobiography. You know, one of the unsung heroes of this country, especially when it comes to the civil rights space and second liberation, is Kenneth Matiba.
Kenneth Stanley
Njindo Matiba,
KSM.
an alumni of Alliance High School. I mean, Maseno School, as an old boy, Maseno should not say that.
What was your number?
2369.
Every Maseno student, you must ask them what's their number.
Admission number.
Very important.
No, but you know, who established Alliance High School? It's Edward Carey Francis. Edward Carey Francis.
Yes, Carey.
Who was named after Edward Quach. But
Yes,
Edward
Quach.
Quach,
Yes.
the father, went to Maseno School.
Yeah.
And he admired Carey Francis, huyo mzungu.
Yes, that's why he called
he called the son Edward Carey
Carey
Francis.
Francis, yeah.
So Alliance, the guy who established Alliance High School, came from Maseno School.
Yes.
So we call them Alliance High School old boys, our younger brothers.
Yeah.
Because we learned them Edward Carey Francis after building Maseno, aende huko bana establish shule. And so how did my interest, what the kind of book I'm reading is Kenneth Stanley Njindo Matiba. I have finished reading his book. Now I'm reading the book by Mohamed Mamdani, the former scholar at Makerere University.
The father to
For the
New
father
York governor.
the guy has written about the cultural history. Why? The book is called Slow Poison. Bana bro, you should read Slow Poison, bana. Sijafika katikati, niko second chapter, but iko intriguing. You know, it delves deep into why Uganda, you know, at the time of independence, we've heard the story. Kenya used to be in the level of Singapore and Malaysia, and so are all these British colonies. Don't forget, Uganda is also the Pearl of Africa, the former British colony. Why is Kenya and Uganda or other former British colonies are not at the same level as those they started up with in the Asian tigers? Because of slow poison. There's a poison that was injected in our governance systems post-independence that made our countries to die slowly, while others we started off with took a positive trajectory. So the Slow Poison book is about an anthropological deep dive, explaining why Uganda is at the same place where it was at independence. It deals with the issues of ethnicity, how the state has been reconstructed, right? But I was reading that the first chapter is about Idi Amin, because it's about Amin and Museveni. Idi Amin is from a tribe called the Kakwa tribe.
Kakwa tribe, yeah.
Huko, northwest, huko. So, at the time of independence, the British guys were divide and rule. You know, you've read history. So history was about how do we colonize Africans? By dividing tribes against each other. And then weaponizing the tribe for politics. So, the Kakwa tribe is not one of the major tribes.
It's a very minority side.
But how did he become president?
Yeah.
Because the Marshall tribe in Uganda were the northern tribes. Marshall tribes ni when the British government came, walikuwa wanataka kuemploy watu wa kwa polisi, Africans, polisi, jeshi, unaelewa? So in Kenya, we have what we call the Marshall tribes. So the number one Marshall tribe in Kenya was the Kamba. That's why I find 3 former chief of defense forces were Kambas, Kianga, Kilonzo, you know, those guys. What they used to do, wanasema, this tribe are good because they are loyal or something like that, or they can defend us. They can like they will feel part and parcel of being or siding with the colonialists when the time comes for colonialists to crack down on Africans. So they divide. Unasema, nyinyi Kakwa, you are our Marshall tribe, and we'll give you jobs in the military. And so when the state is threatened, other nyinyi mko threatened. So you personalize the military for your tribe, but at the behest of the colonialists, and so on and so forth. And so it took time for Ugandans to notice. Listen, kwa nini most guys in the military are from the northern tribes? Kama Wacholi, Wagulu, because the Baganda, who were mostly agricultural communities, hawako na time ya kwenda kwa war. This guy busy in their farms, bro. Wale wameshakuwa weaponized. So kuja kwa military, bunduki ni yako, defenders. So wale watu wakitukujia, hata wewe umekukujia. So you make, the British makes you feel like they're probably
part of the system,
part of it.
Yeah, they're part of the empire.
Yet you're not, bana, bro.
Yeah.
And so I'm reading Mohammed Mamdani's book, and let me tell you, my brother, when you read, a lot of things start making sense. Why are we the way we are? Why are Kenyans all the time fighting? Right? It's because some seed was planted by somebody who go pre-colonial days. Unanisikia?
Yes.
Mpaka you believe at Aluo, because it's not circumcised, is not fit to lead. That seed was planted in the mindset of your great-grandfathers. And that oral narrative, because I'm an anthropologist, kitamba kuko na vitu ya kuandika history ya cultures. So you pass down generation through oral narrative by the campfire.
Yes.
Ati grandfather yako anakupikia sura na kuambia Kenya aliambiwa na grandfather yake, Kenya hii aliambiwa na grandfather yake. Yet times have changed. If leadership kitambo was based on circumcision, leadership now is not based on circumcision.
It's performance.
But there are guys who still believe as somebody who's not circumcised cannot lead us. And so, we still get in the quagmire. Because there's somebody, do you know, the constitution is very clear that our democracy, it is majority. Democracy is about majority rule. Now imagine, unaenda kwa voting, vote yangu, which is informed, imeenda shule, imepanda mpaka ndege, imeenda wajuu. Na vote yenye mtu mwenye, ako kwa village, bado nafikiria in the 1960 template, are the same. Ati we are voting for the president, the vote of the madman in your village, mwenye kuna ID na vote yako solo. Wewe mwenye umeenda shule and you watch your words. Utaki kuchoma country. That this vote nullifies yours because it's one man one vote. Wanishika? That's why the Greek philosophers, you know, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, they advised that the best form of government is by philosopher kings.
Plato.
Yeah, Plato.
Republic.
So, if you read the Republic, Plato argues, because there are people who wakipewa power, wataharibu for everyone.
The Republic,
wataharibu for everyone.
Yeah.
So, tusiwapatia hao people power. Let's put power in the hands of philosopher kings. People who rationalize their decisions. People are mature enough to grasp the enormity of the offices that they hold, so that you don't take the country through a civil war. Unanishika? So that at the BS of power. Look, when Raila Odinga bana in 2007 post-election violence, bro bana jama ameibiwa kura. Me I still believe aliibiwa bana. Ameibiwa kura. A meeting is called at Pentagon House because it used to be Pentagon in 2007. A meeting is called where ODM. By the way, the president was with us in 2007. You remember? The larger ODM. Mudavadi. A meeting is called to decide what do we do now that our election has been rigged. But there's a camp in ODM that was saying, boss, we are getting our win to by whatever means necessary. Even if it means finishing up, clearing the road to go and get it. Tutaipata. Unaona vile jezi unasemanga tunaenda state house kuoccupy. Sasa kulikuwa na camp ya ODM. At that anasema tuna occupy state house. Huyu jamaa kuli kitu. Raila Odinga stood up and said, because I am the one who ran for elections and my victory is the one that has been stolen. And the way I see this country, if I don't provide leadership, 207,
it's going to burn.
This country is going to burn, and I don't want to preside over the ashes.
He was selfless.
Yes, bro. Odinga said, nyinyi, endeni home bana. Hakuna kitu imeharibika. Kama kuna mtu akona uchungu ni mimi. Sasa mimi, I will agree to sit down the person who has robbed me of my victory. If it means repairing the fabric of the country, is quite on. Now you tell me, isn't that a philosopher king?
That's a philosopher. Yeah, that's a republic. Plato's republic.
So me, I believe, even you CEO, whenever a dilemma is put before you, anywhere in your life, always ask yourself, which one is the solution for the greater good? For everyone, don't think about yourself. Because when we think about ourselves, we burn down countries. And then, unaitwa siku moja kwa tribunal. Because the tribunal will be called. One day your country will not be a failed state anymore. When they're taking a stock take, utaambiwa, wewe. When guys were marching to State House,
what was your role?
What was your role in it? That's why sometimes, unaja this lady called Anifa, Anifa Farsafi. I see Gen Z wanam blame ati when the Gen Z were moving from Parliament to State House, aliandika Twitter akasema, ati guys, don't go to State House, it's not safe. Bro, I am with Anifa 100%. Let it be on record. Bana, with power comes responsibility. You need to know that the flame you are fanning, one day, when we are no longer failed state, a tribunal will be called. Na Gen Z mwenye lenda sasa atasema, ni wakana nini walituambia tuende. And then you will be told, you are the leader of these people.
You're on your own.
We are hanging you. Because you are the one who made the Kenya become what it is. You destroyed it for everyone for your personal greed because you wanted fame. I am with Anifa 100%, and any other guy who was in the Gen Z movement who refused to fan the flame because they saw where the trajectory the thing was heading to. So me, I'm with her 100%, and I'm with everyone, including Raila Odinga, who said, and he said with his own words, he said, I saw the country going the way of Sudan, going the way of a failed state. I did not allow it to happen under my watch. We will remember him forever. I know there's usually this thing say you will thank me later.
Thank me later.
Bro, we can now thank Raila Odinga now because we now know that he saved the country from going down, even in 2024. So we can thank him now. We are now at liberty because amesha kufa. So let's thank him now, man. But the only way to thank him is to oversee his vision.
10-point agenda. So now, you told us about the books you are reading. Which is a book which has made a lot of impact in your life?
The greatest book that made an impact in my life, and I have no fear to say, is called The Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell.
Malcolm Gladwell.
The Outliers is about guys in society who are always outliers. Unanga apata kwa newsroom. Unanga kuna jamaa anakaa tu kwa kona. He's not with the team. Yani the jamaa has a specific talent, lakini the environment does not allow him to thrive. So ako kwa video games, ako kwa, but you can tell who jamaa in 10 years, if you watch him, he'll be the biggest inventor or like a sensation, but he's struggling to fit in.
Yeah.
Akona a rare trait that if harnessed well, that guy bana will be the next big thing. So in environments where we are, even at home, even at work, even in the playground, not using my talent development here, scouting your football.
Yeah.
There are guys, what do scouts do? Football scouts do. Wananga James Cambridge, because I hear that's where guys go to train for weekends in pub football.
Yes.
Wanakanga tu huko kwa watchtower.
Ana watch tu.
Anaangalia. Then bana, after a period of watching some talent,
he picks.
Anakuja kumpick. Then you'll hear the story of jamaa, how that talent was identified. That person is an outlier. Unanishika? Guys, find Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. It will change your perception about children with special skills,
needs,
children with special needs. People just need an environment to thrive, and you'll see those. There's a phrase I don't like saying because some people take it. People don't need it. The phrase is called even in the sewer, the cream rises to the top.
Yes.
Even in the sewer, the cream rises to the top.
Yes.
Bro, if you're the cream,
Yes.
hata ukiwa kwa ziwa
Utapanda.
utakwenda juu. But the sewer might not be the best place for anyone to thrive.
Yes.
But even in the sewer,
Yes.
the cream will always rise to the top.
Yes.
One day itajipa, bro.
Itajipa.
So I'm telling our Gen Zs,
Yeah.
they need to learn. Because we don't. The problem in this country is whenever somebody rises up, we
bring him down. Yeah.
We beat them down. Unanga ile game ya holes, ya ile ya nini nakuja na unagonga, ile water fountain ya sound.
Yeah.
So Gen Zs are in that hiyo game ya water fountain ya sound, where sound natoka, water fountain natoka. Ikienda down imepotea. Our country have perfected the art of muzzling talent, of stifling growth. We need to create a safe space for our young people to thrive. That's the only way you can identify the outliers, so that we can help them grow their talent. They are quite the next big thing. So guys, find Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Purely based on research.
I love it. I read it, and the other one I was looking for is David and Goliath.
But I was about to say David and Goliath also.
David and Goliath. Fantastic book.
By this year,
yes.
The first chapter in David and Goliath
is that story.
Is a scientific story of how David defeated Goliath.
Yes, I love it, by the way.
It's based on science.
Yes.
Like ati kuna cavalry, what?
Yes, it's very interesting.
Boss.
Yeah. And the underdog.
Yes.
Yeah.
David and Goliath is the story of the underdog.
Yeah.
Why do people love the underdog? Kama sahi story ya ODM, for example, sorry to digress.
Yeah.
Why do people love people who are underdogs? Yani watu wenye yani ni kama kila mtu anampiga vita. People love weaklings. Yani watu wenye wanaweza, do you need my help? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Why do underdogs? Why do people love underdogs? Because underdogs see things that other people don't see. David, Goliath is frustrating the Philistines bana. Mpaka na intimidate bana hizo armors za nini.
One armor was like 100 kg.
But I analyze mpaka bana Malcolm Gladwell analyze mpaka weight ya hiyo armor. Why it was difficult for Goliath to even beat David, because for you to move,
armor.
Yes, it was very, very heavy.
Yeah,
that guy was wearing like 200 kg.
It was weighing him down.
Yes. Sasa yeye alikuwa nadhani ati ukiwa na physical muscle, and that's the only thing you need. So I love David and Goliath as well. But generally Malcolm Gladwell just makes scientific conclusions based on evidence. And remember, as anthropologists, I told you, me, I do only deal with evidence. Give me evidence, CEO. You're my guy, bana. Evidence-based data. Kama sahi, we are discussing 2027. Unauliza some of these contestants. Wewe, show me your path to power. How do you want to become president? Show me.
They don't have.
Bro, if you look at the numbers.
Yeah, very few. You'll sieve through.
But some of these things we can't say because people say, oh, you don't like so and so. Bana, kwani mimi nilikutana na wewe wapi? Hakuna. What is this thing that makes me don't like you?
The path to power is nowhere.
I just don't tell
The numbers don't add math. Maths don't math.
Math don't math.
The math is not math.
So naambia mtu ukweli, anaona wewe ni
Maths
enemy.
not mathing. Yeah.
Yeah, so Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell, bro, it will that's the book that opened my mind. Then I started discovering books in their rawest form, books that are not really grounded in my area of study.
Yes.
Because even in David and Goliath, there's a story about why aircraft accidents happen.
Yes.
Do you want to remember?
Yes.
Ile miscommunication. By the way, Malcolm Gladwell concluded that in every air crash accident, it's always pilot error. It's not mechanical. Miscommunication between the first officer
and the
captain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ati, in most cultures, ati, kama sai mimi ni Mjaluo, I was taught to respect my elders.
Yeah.
Naona captain amefinya knob mbaya, plane na nose dive, amekill engine moja na air juu yanalala. Na wewe first officer umeona at in my culture we are not supposed to talk nini ku advise watu wenye wa experience kuniliko. So but the plane is going down, but the first officer amechill too bana.
Yeah, it's crazy, baby.
Imagine.
Yeah.
And the lives of the passengers are relying on you too.
Yes.
So Malcolm, go and read, bana bro. I tell guys, when you read books, bana you start relying on gossip.
Yeah.
For commentary. Unapata mtu umeleta hapa kwa studio bana, ana transfer bar talk, Kenya alisikia jana usiku kwa bar. Anakuja kuambia audience yako hapa bana. Bro, your audience are mature people, they deserve quality.
Yes.
They deserve quality conversation solo. That's why for me, I want to read so that knowledge you should not hoard knowledge. Share knowledge. I want to read so that I can enrich the knowledge base ya Kenya on these topical issues. So that I want, after this show, your listener mwenye anakuwa nasikiza, ame come out with something that as an advanced discussion, afika kwa dinner table leo usiku. I'm not relying on the battle yenye alisikia jana usiku. So guys, so many bana. Na kama mwezi soma tutawasomea. Alafu tuite kila saa tuwaambie.
So Gabriel, I think I like the way you put the books. Of course, I love also the Tipping Point personally. And Tipping Point has, as a first book he wrote, fantastic Malcolm Gladwell book there. And also there are many books, but the three, of course, Outliers, Tipping
David
Point,
and
David and Goliath, fantastic books to read. If you've never read them, please get them, read them. Interesting conversations there. And you can also read Plato's Republic.
Yes.
On the Philosopher Kings. So we discussed that, and of course a bit of literature, the poetry there. It's good to know which poem you want to listen to and want to read. You can read the East African poems, they're very good.
Yes. Okot
Pabitek, of course, and the rest. So, gentlemen, I think we want to end our show.
But time flies when we're having fun.
Yeah, we want to end our show. So, Gabriel, I'll give you time to give us what's the last words from your end.
My last word to Kenyans is, this country is for us all. It doesn't matter who you support politically. The issues remains the same. If your child is supposed to be admitted to grade 10, now una lack school fees, whether it's Rigathi Gachagua who is the president, or William Ruto, or the late Raila Odinga, or Gabriel Oguda, or the CEO, or Solo, it doesn't matter. The issues remain the same, and you need your issues to be addressed. Kama unataka school fees, it doesn't matter who is giving you the school fees. Ni school fees unataka. And the best way to address your issues is to talk about the issues, come up with the right environment for the issues to be addressed, so that we advance forward as a nation. And that's why for me, the best way is to create an enabling environment for the 10-point agenda to be implemented, so that for posterity, we will remember this day that Gabriel Oguda used to be on a panel on SpiceFM, telling Kenyans, let's leave politics aside. The time for politics will come. Let's start discussing our issues. And all your issues are enshrined in the 10-point agenda, for which I call the Bible Raila Odinga left us with. So thank you so much, Kenyans, for listening to us. I don't take it for granted, but let's keep talking about this, because we are Kenyans, we must talk. Jacob used to tell us that panapo wazee hapakosi jambo. When you discuss your issues, you will always find a solution to your problems. So let's keep discussing these issues, but I want our discussion not to focus on the politics, but on the issues.
Great.
Because through addressing the issues is when we can alleviate our poverty and progress as a country. Yeah.
Okay. So, Lo,
Yes.
you know, yesterday your team, Arsenal, played. Eh?
Yes.
And
Oh, is Arsenal?
Yes.
yeah, your team played. And of course, also I told you my Lions of Teranga will do something.
Yes, and they did.
I love Senegal.
Yes, they
Yes.
did. And so it clearly now it's going to be a case for Egypt because Nigeria, of course, lost by
Morocco.
the penalty shootout.
To Morocco.
So it's going to be Morocco versus
Senegal.
Senegal. That's
Who's
going
your
to
money
be,
on?
I think yesterday Morocco actually proved to be a better team. They actually brought out their A game. I'll definitely go with Senegal, but
Lions of Teranga.
I'll go with Senegal. But
Even me, I'm Senegal.
that's going
Yes.
to be a very, very entertaining duel.
So Lions of Teranga,
Yeah.
they've been there.
Yes.
I hope that they can win against the home side, Atlas Lions.
Yes.
But
Yes,
you
yes.
know, it's a very difficult match to predict.
Very, very
And of course,
difficult.
Chelsea
Yeah.
yesterday lost narrowly to Arsenal.
Arsenal won. Let's just stick to
No,
that.
lost narrowly. English is very important. Lost very
You know,
narrowly.
I didn't.
The way you frame it,
Yes.
framing
The framing is very important.
is important
Yeah.
in media.
You must be the one writing the standard headline.
He's the one who's framing them.
Man, away, come clean, man. Full disclosure.
Yes.
You must frame them correctly.
Absolutely.
Narrowly
Yeah.
lost is an English word.
Yes.
Yes. 3-2
Let
is
us
narrow.
stick to that framing.
Okay.
Because I know if I give you a chance, you'll say walloping,
Yeah, humiliated.
humiliated, annihilated.
And it has FC drunk Gor Mahia.
Yeah. We know how you'll say. So, but anyway,
Yeah.
congratulations, Solo.
Yes.
So, what have you said today for the show as we
Well,
end
today
up?
has been very insightful. Thank you so much. It's been very having you, Oguda. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
I will actually take home with me that even in the sewer, the cream rises to the top.
Yeah, correct.
That one is a brilliant message to everyone who's listening.
Yeah.
It creates a lot of hope for everyone, even for the hopeless. So thank you very, very much. I take that one with me, and definitely I'll also increase my reading.
Okay.
So thank you. Of course, it's we are in the studio. Of course, it's a Spice Drive show where we bring you unfiltered conversations. And of course, today we've had a lot of conversation from politics, state, republic, East African geopolitics, to books, to literature, to poetry, and also eventually to sports. It's a whole journey into the life of times of people and of course cultures. We discussed a bit of anthropology, and of course Gabriel Oguda has given some very interesting perspectives onto what you need to look into. So you can catch all that in one of our social media uploads on our SpiceFM drive. You can go there, you can find it. If you didn't have a chance to have a bit of that conversation, it's always uploaded on our Facebook, Twitter, and on our TikTok pages at SpiceFM 96.6 in Nairobi, and of course anywhere, of course in the SpiceFM group. Of course, we start with SpiceFM 94.4 in Nairobi, 87.9 Nakuru, in Mombasa, Nakuru 96.0, Eldoret 96.7, Nyeri 90.9, Kisumu 102.5, and in Malindi 97.7. That's where our frequencies are. So thank you very much for tuning in this afternoon. Of course, it's on a Thursday. We had a lot of TBT Champs playing some of the best mix of hip-hop music. And also, we had a big banter here and there. So it's that time when we say it's almost on the top of the hour. And of course, Kevin Matara is coming with the After Hours show in a few. But also, we wish you to have a pleasant evening as you reach home this evening, and keep us listening and being in our studio and listening to us every day. So if you are arriving home, please have a wonderful evening. I'm your host, Charles Otieno, Solo Real Mopao himself. And of course, Gabriel Oguda. He'll be here next Friday, where we'll unpack many other issues. So keep listening. until next 2 week Friday about these things. But tomorrow we are back on Spice Drive.